call you Babugwe. Some people call you Paramelesi. Someone then call you Country Giant. For me, I'll call you Mama Liberia, happy sin. The mother with me, happy sin. Yana wanna happy sin. These people happy sin.
Information, education, and entertainment. The reason for radio listening. Listen to the station that rocks. Freedom 87.9 FM.
Feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download every song at originalhits.com.
Don't it be that problem?
All people call you Babugwe. Some people call you Paramelesi. Someone then call you Country Giant. For me, I'll call you Mama Liberia, happy sin. The mother with me, happy sin. Yana wanna happy sin. These people happy sin. You're like happy sin. You're like both happy sin. I will call you happy sin. Pape, oh. Or responsible leader, man of his rod. I will always tell it to you. I wish I were 18 to be body number 2 all the way. Mama Liberia, happy sin. The mother with me, happy sin. Yana wanna happy sin. These people happy sin. You're like happy sin. You're like both happy sin. I will call you happy sin. Pape, oh. After just 5 years, every sin I build hospitals. Every sin I build the schools. Every sin I build the roads. Electricity, all the people will be sleeping while you working. Then I know you doing the best. They criticize, but just be focused. Every sin you are sent for heaven. The sleepy people get them say the roads you building as I walk. Only were there for 12 years. They not pay us in sour. See the military hospital that you build. All the thing was too bad. But they from there, they will put it there. Oh la la, Mama Liberia, happy sin. The mother with me, happy sin. Yana wanna happy sin. These people happy sin. You're like happy sin. You're like both happy sin. I will call you happy sin. Pape, oh.
I will be coming to you shortly to ask you to renew for a second time the mandate that you gave me 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's it. For President, we are re-election. George Martin, we are Lord Joel Taylor. Keep on having sin. Soup. When I want to get up, he's on that. See you. Yeah. We are the one. We are the one. Mama Liberia, happy sin. The mother with me, happy sin. Yana wanna happy sin. These people happy sin. You're like happy sin. You're like both happy sin. I will call you happy sin. Pape, oh. Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Anything we say,
Opposition gave way, the heading never. Opposition way, opposition shut up, the heading never. Anything we do, anything we say, the heading your bar. Muya, TDC Muya, 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 TDC Muya, the heading never. The heading never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Position fall down for ground, oh. See them fall down for ground, oh.
Way down, see them way down, way down, way down, way down, way down, way down.
The ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. The ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Muya, Muya, Muya,
Way down, way down.
the ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. The ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Opposition gave way, the ending never. Opposition way, opposition shut up, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending your bar. Muya, TDC Muya, 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 TDC Muya, the ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Position fall down for ground, oh. See them fall down for ground, oh.
Way down, see them way down, way down, way down, way down, way down, way down.
The ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. The ending never. The ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Anything we do, anything we say, the ending never. Muya, Muya, Muya,
Way down, way down.
the ending never.
originalmods.com.
Every song as original.
Johnny beat the problem.
Some people call you well. Some people call you paramelis. Someone then call you contradiction. For me, I call you someone that be a happy sin. Someone give me happy sin. Yeah, I want to happy sin. So they will do it. You're like every happy sin. You're like for happy sin. I will go and happy sin. Responsible leader of this world. I will always tell it here. I wish I had 80 to be body number 2 all the way. Mama, that be a happy sin. Mama, give me happy sin. Yeah, I want to happy sin. Those people who happy sin. You're like every happy sin. You're like for happy sin. I will go and happy sin. I've got just like yes. Every sin I build the hospitals. Every sin I build the schools. Every sin I build the roads. Electricity for the people will be sleeping while you working. They don't know you doing the best. The greatest asses, but just be focused. Every sin you are sin for heaven. The sleepy monkey them say the rose you petty as I walk. Only what there for 12 years. They not pay as you sour. See the military hospital. Now you pure. All the thing was too bad. Today from there they will put me there. Well, Allah. Mama that be a happy sin. Mama give me happy sin. Yeah, I want to happy sin. Those people who happy sin. You're like every happy sin. You're like for happy sin. I will go and happy sin.
I will be coming to you shortly to ask you to renew for a second time the mandate that you gave me 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's it. My president, we are re-election. George Martin, we are. Taylor, equal, having said. I want to get up his own time. See? We are the one who wants you. 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 Mama, that be a happy sin. Mama, give me happy sin. Yeah, I want to happy sin. Those people who happy sin. You're like every happy sin. You're like for happy sin. I will go and happy sin. Download your favorite song as original hits.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalmods.com.
Download every song as original hits.
Johnny beat the problem.
Some people call you well. Some people call you paramelis. Someone then call you contradiction. For me, I call you someone that be a happy sin. Somebody give me everything. Y'all want everything. Just give people everything. Y'all carry everything. Y'all have fun everything. I will go everything. Responsible leader, of his word. I will always tell it here. I wish I had it. Talking for the number 2 all the way. Mama that me everything. Somebody give me everything. Then I want everything. Just people who everything. Y'all carry everything. Y'all have fun everything. I will go everything. I've got just like yes. Every sin I build hospitals. Every sin I build the schools. Every sin I build the roads. Electricity, all the people will be sleeping while you working. They don't know you doing the best. They criticize, but just be focused. Every sin you are sent for heaven. Mostly people get them say the rose keep bearing as I walk. Only what there for 12 years. They not pay us in sour. See the military hospital, like pure. All the things to there. Today from there they will pull it there. Well, Allah, Mama that be everything. Somebody give me everything. Y'all want everything. So people who everything. Y'all carry everything. Y'all have fun everything. I will go everything.
I will be coming to you shortly to ask you to renew for a second time the mandate that you gave me 6 years ago.
Yeah, let's stay. President, we are re-election. George Martin, we are not 12 Taylor. Equal, having said. Mama that be everything. Somebody give me everything. Y'all want everything. Just people who everything. Y'all carry everything. Y'all have fun everything. I will go everything. Download your favorite song as original hits.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Give them that
Oh, number 2, gonna lose your phone.
when you fall, number 2, you will not lose your phone.
Oh, number 2, gonna lose your phone.
When you fall, number 2, you will not lose your phone.
Oh, we are and tell her you're not lose your phone.
When you fall, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone.
Oh, we are and tell her you're not lose your phone.
When you fall, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone.
Oh, we are and tell her you're not lose your phone.
When you fall, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone.
Kasi my preso kami.
I say, come in.
Kasi my preso tensi.
I say, dancing.
Kasi my preso kami.
I say, come in.
Kasi my preso tensi.
I say, dancing.
Mañana pone who your body now. My first and photo who your body now. Oh, number 2, gonna lose your phone. Oh, number 2, you will not lose your phone. Oh, number 2, gonna lose your phone. Oh, number 2, you will not lose your phone. Oh, we are and tell her you're not lose your phone. When you go, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone. When you go, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone. When you go, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone. When you go, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone. When you go, we are and tell her you will not lose your phone. You not body do. You are such a child. You not body do. You are such a child. Daddy, you can say. You not body do. You are such a child. Ask you my last name. You not body do. You are such a child. You not body do. You are such a child. You didn't know what say. You not body do. You are such a child. You not body do. You are such a child. You not body do. You are such a child. Shabasa, yeah. CBC, Shabasa, yeah. Shabasa, yeah. CBC, Shabasa, yeah. Oh, stay. Someone tinade, tinade, someone tinade, tinade, someone tinade, tinade, someone tinade, Akiba kwa abawiyado. Baba we are there. Baba we are there. Baba manete. Baba we are there. Baba we are there. Baba we are there. Baba manete. Baba we are there. Monsieur Charles Wellens, never pray for person we are relation. Honorable Eugene Lamwe, Mayor Japa Sikochi, Chairman Moluba Molu. See Babe.
Give them good.
Oh, number 2, gonna lose your phone.
When you go number 2, you will not lose your phone.
Oh, number 2, gonna lose your phone.
Let me say good afternoon to all of you. It's quite a hectic moment, especially after a very hectic night. We have to find ourselves back here, and I'm very grateful. And after refreshing ourselves, to really find ourselves here again, to just pick up to because what we sense happening, we can sit back and then just allow it to just go on without educating our people about election tactics and techniques, losers tactics and techniques, and we have winners tactics and techniques, all of those things. So we are here to also tell you what's really unfolding. So until the National Elections Commission can come up to just tell us where we are as a people and start picking up from there, we will continue to give you these updates, especially sensitizing our people about these tactics so that they should not get themselves involved, not get themselves to be carried away by what people will say or what people will do, because we saw a lot of it in October. We saw a lot of it, which of course I'll be reminding you about them very, very shortly. And whatever is happening is not strange. That's the tactics. And there's nothing else that they are able to complain about. Thank God the polling areas were closed. There is nothing that anybody complain about, to talk about cheating, to talk about people doing this here and there, nothing like that. They were just assumptions that they were passing around with. They have none of those claims. All they are now doing is that it's okay with them and they are celebrating, right? Granted. So let's agree that they have that, right? Good. So last night, we were able to read a couple of results. And we were able to read you a couple of results, which of course, and we are certainly getting there. And I would like to share that with you. A couple of things are coming up and I will share them with you. And you will learn a lot. And for me, I like to speak to the numbers. Numbers don't lie, right? Numbers don't lie. But why it is true that numbers don't lie, it's good that you be able to educate people about the analysis of those numbers, which of course is very much good. Before we could start up the reading of the results on yesterday, we told you specific areas that we were going to focus our attention, because we're going to the election knowing that indeed a simple majority, which of course will tell you squarely that whatever we have got in the first round, which made him the winner, were he to maintain that, he becomes the automatic president of the Republic of Liberia. That's what it is. But we knew exactly as well that for we are to not be that automatic president to get his second term, it was the business of the Unity Party to cut down that lead, go into areas where we have got that lead, do significant strides there, and then try to improve in their areas. So it's like maintaining your base while going into your opponent's base to do what you can do to get them over. Right? That's what it is. Maintain your base while going into your opponent's base to do what it is there. That's just excellent. That's what we told you. And then we went on with it. Now, the UP folks, they've already aware of the results. What they are now doing is what we term as the last kick of a dying horse. They've done everything. And everything they ever said and so forth were characterized by lies. Everything about them had been fake. They came up, they mentioned the names of ECOWAS, how they received money to change and do all kinds. Everything about them had been lies. In fact, from day one, and I will catalog all those lies that will tell you that they are not people to trust. They are all for violence, and because they did not lead us, because they can't lead us to internal arrangement, and we've finished voting already. Then they just got to declare who the winner. We having a government in waiting now. We don't get time. Had we engaged the Unity Party the way we ought to engage them, were it to be proud to the election, there were being disruptions and there was not going to be election. And when there's no election, there's no leader. So once there is no leader, what happens? The tenure of the president will expire. The tenure of the president will expire. And that will be a serious problem. So it's like managing them. They care less. They don't want to know. So the CDC tried our best to manage these people, to make sure that we pass the election. Thank God we have passed the election. We were not waiting for a declaration of winner now. We don't get time. And the winner will be declared. And what I know is what you will know. What I think is what you will hear. It will not be on the basis of my thoughts, but it will be on the basis of the reality of my thoughts. So you're going to get it. Let them be passing around and do so forth. But again, there's a news I have for them. Today, that thing you see them doing is wrong. We tried to manage the expectation of our citizens last night and told them not to jump into the streets. Leave the streets. Let's wait for the National Elections Commission. Reserve whatever celebration you want to make. Let's wait for the National Elections Commission. Don't go into the streets. You can sit in your corners, sit home, do whatever you want to do there. We can leave those ones. Do not go into the streets. We told them that. And they understand it, and they are where they are. Nobody should panic. These people, they are tricks. They tried it before, and they are on the last stretch of their tricks. Don't let it carry you. But let me try to read you a statement from the ECOWAS to tell you that everything they do in this country is condemnable and has been condemned. Everything they've been doing in this country is condemnable and had always been condemned. The National Elections Commission is expected to announce the first batch of results on today at 4:30. The tallying process is going on at the ministerial complex. The NEC had intimated that if you think you able to go and look for different person to go talk to and change result for we the passing around and say we now win because the thing they don't talk to other people, that's a blatant lie. The NEC says whatever any party person signed and was posted on the wall, that thing they want to read. Whatever was posted on the wall, that thing they're going to read. So there's nothing else you can do. You can't change anything around. So you can see it clearly that there is nothing they can do to change anything. The result is the result. And we'll give you basis analysis that will make you to understand not only for people who believe in us, even people who do not believe in us, they will have to understand from our analysis where to look. Maybe your party not providing you that. So we'll provide that for you. Because that's the benefit of being associated with people like us. We don't deceive our people. We tell them the truth. We tell them where to look, how to look at it. We don't live in a world of deception. So whether you go up, you come down, we are where we are, and it's going to work. So like I told you, before we could start announcing the results, we told you areas that we are going to focus. So we said to you, like I said, that we'll look into strongholds of political parties. So like our focus mainly for us here was NIMBA and LUFA. Because that's where you found the two candidates from, right? So it's supposed to be the business and the focus of the Unity Party to say we'll go into the Southeast and see how well we are doing there. Because that's what this whole runoff election is about, the numbers. Doing well and maintaining your grip. That's all you need. That's all it's about. It's not about anything else. That's all this runoff is about. Because the simple majority we're going for. So like we did last night, we managed to bring you results from the strongholds. And it really, really paid off for our audience. They were able to understand from there. They were able to tell you about results from there. There is something the Unity Party folks did not do on their platforms. Never did they do it. You never did it there. They did not do well on their platforms. So you can sense it clearly. Okay, James Kesselly, I got him. So you can see it clearly. So that's why we focus our attention in NIMBA, LUFA. NIMBA, LUFA. Then at a certain point in time, we'll go into obvious areas for the CDC. And because we knew already the results from there were not results that you could see competitive issues there between Unity Party and that of CDC. No, we left those. Could you imagine up to this time, the Unity Party folks in their war room, they are lying to their supporters, something that not even in their war room. In this time and age, you talk about Unity Party won Grand Bassa County. What's the logic in that? Then you wake up again, you lie to your people, say, oh, in Grand Jida County, you win 50-50. Where is that other true again? Then you come up with a data. Now, you see, this is what they are celebrating out there, and that's the deception part of it, right? You come out with a data. One thing about the Unity Party, they always like to use crazy people. You see any crazy person, they jump behind you. Once you are willing to please them. The crazy they jump behind you. So you see them behind crazy, you get called over. You get called over is crazy, man. He doesn't have any good thinking. He doesn't respect the law. I don't know why we have him in this place, but he is exactly, I don't know how to describe him, but that's the serious embarrassment that we ever had to this country, that is brought forth by people who we have taught of sound minds. They are the ones doing that. So you find that kind of crazy man. The last time they got ready, they got behind any crazy party in EFFL. They told them, say, go declare. You look at Jean Fromoyan, who has lost his memory, his thoughts and everything. He jumps up, comes up with flaw analysis, and said Joseph Walker won in the first round. You saw all of that. You listened to all of that. It turned out the other way around, and they did not complain. To say, no, we'll not accept the result because we know where the man won. Did they complain to you? Did anybody talk to them to tell them, say, leave it, let's go to the second round? Did they tell you that indeed they were cheated? How is it possible? They said they have won the first round. In fact, they said they won one round. But the moment the National Elections Commission announced second round, they start celebrating. So they say, thank God. So there is something that they were holding under their sleeves. Because they knew the loss. The only thing they were thinking about is, we don't want this thing here for us to lose to George Weah with what? This kind of margin that would stop us from going to second round. So that's why you saw Delon then tricking you with. That the same tricks they are on. And they are deceiving you. Don't be carried away. You are law-abiding citizens and remain as such, because these people, they are soon to be over. Their days are just, in fact, days away. You will not hear about them again. I'm going to show you that. God brought us this far on purpose. You go in at chat rooms, they know the truth there. They know that they are being deceived. Even I myself, if I have correspondence or so forth, and I tell them, say, look, go on the put side, even if I don't want to, right? Report it. I will tell them, say, go on the side and see what the result is like there. Because it's good you gave the people the feet of the other side so that they appreciate it. They're celebrating today. Let me read you the statement from ECOWAS. They tell you we don't have war room numbers. You think a man of my status at this level where I am, I may not have access to information from war room, especially from the CDC. You think I may not have it? Wow, you could be there wrong. Because I will obviously get it. And we know exactly what we've got. It's not our business to come and be passing around, saying X, Y, Z, no, jumping people in the streets here and there. What do we do with them? If the election result does not go the other way around, you're going to tell them, say, you're kind in the street, you're feeling winning already. Are you supposed to declare people as winners? No. So what you're doing, you want to lead to chaos. And so ECOWAS has got to have a good news for them. So at least the statement is out. Please try to show that statement. So we'll show you the statement from ECOWAS. It came up. Today is the 15th, and this statement just came up from ECOWAS. You got to spread it out. So I think you should be seeing it there, but I'll read it for you. That's the statement from ECOWAS that was released. After Yeke Koloba then decided to go in the streets, after Luther Tapper then decided to have press conference, this is the statement that came from ECOWAS. I'll read it for you. They always breaching all of the laws of the land. God forbid that you kind of people now can lead this country. Where it can work. And thank God we're almost there. So it says here, the ECOWAS election observation mission to Liberia and to the 14th November presidential runoff elections in Liberia expresses deep concern over provocative statements. Provocative statements. That means you're provoking people. So let's say, for instance, the way they jump in the street now, I just sit on the radio here and say all seditions, based upon what we have under our control as we speak, are able, we ain't got to get money from the party, are able to tell them, say, you go into the street and keep celebrating until the National Election Commission can finish with everything. Are able to do that. And I tell you, they will go. Because I'm not lying to them. And they are going there for the right reason. You are there for the wrong reasons. So that's what they call the conduct of Yeke Koroba Luther Tape then as a provocative, because you're provoking people. We are able to rally people to go into the streets. And then tell them, say, y'all go. That is what we know, and that is what we got. Y'all jump there. Y'all go celebrate. We able to tell them. Last night, when they even wanted to go into the streets here and there, we told them to go and sit down. Don't go into the streets. Go and sit home. Relax yourself. You can even be in your own reflection. We told them that. Because we know the laws. We never wanted to provoke anything of such. That's why we did that. When their station was not reporting anything for them. Spoon network that we know. That they one will be leading, and then you see them doing that kind of fake thing there, and you see that people now in the street that after Amara Konem or come up with something fake, then they tell you get called over and say, you need to join the street. So that will be what they call it. These are the same people whom in the October 10th election, right after it, in the EFFL chat room, the Unity Party people told the EFFL to jump into the street and start celebrating and declare Joseph Boakai president. That was their strategy. That is something they did. That's why I say my brother Umpa, I know he can be used easily. You know, Gonkwet is a complete, I don't know whether he's somebody who really knows what he's doing, but he can be used. Now the belief that the EFFL cannot be used, they use Yeke Koroba, who cares less the most, because I know Gonkwet get a lot of sense. So he gets his own thought. He may have some limit and control. Yeke Koroba doesn't have any limit and control. He's not controllable. He's not manageable. He's managerless. That man is somebody who is like that. So he's just like a Zogo who can be paid and then do anything they want him to do. So as a result, he's able to take thoughts and put them into the streets. Once they put him and say, go do it, he will do it. Yeke is angry as well that the number of votes they got with their tricks they play in district number 10, it did not work this time around. Josephine had men on ground. Something she did not do for herself, or she may have overlooked for herself. She decided to demonstrate it. These numbers did not reflect the way it had reflected in the first round of elections. He's angry at that. Because the tricks and everything they wanted to play. People that born again then went into the districts and they were chased out. What these people want to lead us to? There are areas they won with water marchings. We closed the gaps in those places, and that is not good for them. That's not good news for them. They are aware of that. You want to ask yourself question, why people in Lofa County, they're sitting there, sound people of sound minds, they know exactly there are areas that they got good results in the first round, and they are not getting it there again. So as a result of that, they know what the election trend is like. They relax. But they're telling people, say, the same thing you get doing in Monrovia, you're going to do the same thing in Ima too. Then you see a group of people. Why would people allow themselves to be used like that? Then you get Abraham Kroman and is it Abraham Kroman? Yeah, 102. They are there rallying some few elements of the Muslim community to tell them, say, you jump in the street as well. What's that? Why are you using our people? Why you can't wait? If you claim you win, yeah, we'll watch it. And there's no your celebration are going to influence any vote. It can't work. All that thing they were on, everything they were complaining about are things that they intended doing or they were doing. Battle stuffing, that's their area. Because the mechanisms were being put in place, that's why you hear them talking about it. So that's why they said provocation. The ECOWAS said our concern over provocative statements and alleged planned conferences by political actors to prematurely declare victory in the ongoing electoral process. You see there? Prematurely declare victory. Luther Taperen did it. Amara Konen did it. Yega Koruba passing in line with that. That's total lack of leadership exhibited by Joseph Boakai, who will sit and see all the wrong things happening. You think the citizens can rather jump in the street too? Or because you see them quiet, you just think there are people who concede defeat. No, not all quietude you see, it means somebody has conceded. Let's say, for instance, if you come to me and you don't sound, you're doing crazy things, you are very useless. You come to me, AB, and you are telling me things, and I know that I am not supposed to be in the business of responding to you. Does my silence or to ignore you that I see as a fool, which of course may be seen as a disgrace to you, does that in any way indicate that you have defeated me? No. I just decided to say that you're irrelevant to give my attention. You want my attention. So not every silence you see is construed as consent. So when you're violating, and I decided not to violate as well, my silence will be construed as yes, consent or defeat or something like that. No, you haven't defeated me. I just chose not to violate. So like you insult me, I chose not to insult you back, or I said nothing back to you to render insult to you. Does that mean that I'm lazy or whatever? No, I just don't want to insult. Because I'm a decent character. So when you see these citizens passing around and they are doing this, they are under total control and management of their party. So they don't have time, and they will never ever put themselves up to that, because they know that when they jump in the street, their party people will call them here and make them shame. Then they will go sit down home again, and they don't want to be made shame, because the moment they jump there down, the party people will call them. You'll come, you'll move from there, and it will be a shameful thing. So as a result, they are honor. In fact, that is why you need your children home. If your children can't do anything and they're not afraid of you, that means you are a useless parent. Or your children are disobedient. Two ways. So for the Unity Party post, there's no control in it. Anybody can do anything and do anything they want to do. There's no control. Nothing there. So as a result of that, you will see the situation sitting now. What these people are doing is provocative. I know you expect for the CDC UN to go up and give an announcement now that all CDC politicians, you assemble at the party headquarters. Just for Koji then to have prepared themselves the last time and say, look, from the look of things, whatever it is, President Weah is going to be declared as winner for this first round. Let us celebrate they decided to assemble at the party headquarters. Our big news around here, Unity Party, oh, CDC carrying on pre-victory celebration, all kinds of things, and they were saying it at that time. But let them hear now passing all around here. With neck, not announcing anything. This tells you that they got something under their sleeves. And the thing about that, they will intimidate the National Elections Commission or influence them into doing something that is not right. Anyway, we are getting there. So, they say provocative last statements and so forth. So they say, why congratulating Liberians for generally peaceful conduct of the elections so far? The mission appeals to candidates, political parties, and their supporters and all stakeholders to exercise maximum restraint and patiently await the official declaration of result of the elections by the National Elections Commission, which is the sole organ mandated by law to do so. The mission reiterates its call to the candidates, their political alliances, and supporters to be guided by the spirit of national unity and adhere to the express commitments made within the framework of the revised Farmington River Declaration. You people won't forget about that. Whether they sign something, they don't care. They can breach every law they sign. So they say the ECOWAS Commission wishes to warn individuals or groups that they could be held solely and accountable for any acts that may lead to violence, undermine the earned peace and stability of Liberia. All the leaders. So yeah, you get called about be passing around and be doing those things, you'll be jumping behind him. The Unity Party, they have leadership. Luther Tapper, then they know exactly what they're doing. They just reminding you that you're going to be held liable for any violence that may erupt. So because your action is provocative, provocation is the defense. Oh, you don't know that one in law? Go ask your lawyer pa, lawyer man, or lawyer sister, or lawyer brother, then go ask them. If you decided to say something to me or do something to me in a way that I feel provoked, I can get back at you and deal with you and use provocation as a defense. I just need to state to what extent was that provocation that warranted your immediate and instantaneous action. That's why it is. I just need to prove that to the court. That the reason I slapped this man, though I know that when somebody does something to you, you needed to carry them to court, or you carry their complaint, or seek the law, right? That's the general rule. The exception to that is that if your slap or your whatever you did to me is at the extreme, at the period, I don't even want to say the one and say I'll leave it. Then it gives me, because at that time now, the only thing I'm able to do is to react, right? And in any reasonable man thinking, were you to be pushed in that manner, it is not possible that you will leave from there to go say you're going to lay a complaint. The court will look at, I must be able to prove it that indeed there was no way that I would have thought about going to court to go complain anybody. No. I'm able to hear about. That's provocation. So what you're then doing there, if they keep provoking the seditions, which of course at that point it may lead to lack of control of some of the seditions, and then they jump there and say they are going to be celebrating, and rubber parties get up. We hold Yeke liable for whatever may happen, because he's the leader who led to that provocation. The provocation came from somebody. Before an action is taken, there must be a provocation, and the provocation must have come from the person who did it. So in this case, it's the United Party folks who are provoking. But the citizens remain calm, and they are as calm as they can be. Because I don't know what they are celebrating. Where in this world they are celebrating? What progress they've made that they are celebrating? So if you want Magibi, and then still has Magibi under your belt, but your opponent was able to close the gap on you, does that work celebration? If you want Nima County, and still maintains Nima County, but your opponent was able to make gains in some areas that they didn't make gains from the onset, does that work celebration? If you want Lofa County, and still maintains Lofa County in this runoff, and your opponent went there and decided to score gains in areas that they did not score gains at the time you won them the first time, does that work celebration? What are you celebrating? You're losing. You won Cape Mount. After efforts exerted, it could obviously end up that your opponents might not take it, or let's agree you say maintain it, but with an excellent effort on the part of your opponent to close the gap in some areas. What are you celebrating? Areas they did not win, they are winning there. The numbers they did not get, they're getting the numbers. What are you celebrating? So you won in bombing. And your opponent went there, fought hard, maybe obviously may not win, but of course got numbers that they did not get from the onset. The margin that you had, that margin is not the same. They closed the gap on you. What are you celebrating? So like typical example is Infoya, right? Infoya, the Unity Party won with a margin of over 2,000 votes in the first round. This time around, they won, with the margin of 1,000 votes. So who's doing well? It is the CDC that are doing well. Because the run-up here is about you doing well in your area and then going in other areas of your opponents and doing well. So you need to do more, even not just well, but you need to do more than you did in your control areas. So let's agree that you maintain your areas. But you need to do more than you did and discourage your opponent for coming anywhere close in your control area. Then you can say you have covered up. But that is not the case. Go in Nima County. Ask the local journalists there, they will tell you that there are areas that gaps were closed. There were districts that were not won by the CDC, they won there. Who's winning? How is it happening that you are celebrating? What are you celebrating? The people who deserve to celebrate, they are not celebrating. You are the one that's celebrating. What are you celebrating? So you went in Grand Bassa County. Your opponent won there. Did you make any significant effort there? Nope. But your opponent still meetings and still did what they could and even improve on it. And then you're celebrating. River says the same thing. You go in the entire Southeast belt, there is no inroad that you made as compared to the CDC into your strongholds. The CDC went into your strongholds and got some votes in areas they didn't get votes. They won in areas that they did not win. They are the one that worth celebrating. So when you go in how do you call the place? The Southeast. I wanted to see the United Party force posting results from the Southeast and saying October 10, this is what we got in this place. Today, November 14, this is where we are. Then it means of manners to we are. Those are just simple things that you don't even need rocket scientists to tell you. You just look at those. Or they tell you we don't have war rooms to post in and out. We do have. Or they equally tell you, say, we don't have access to tally sheets so that we'll tell you what's happening in these places. We do have. But we don't want to be violators of the law. You know what makes it difficult for the CDC? The CDC is governing. Now, all of the governmental mechanisms that have been put in place, all the framework and structures of this country is under the governance. They are under the governance of the CDC. So you can be governing and you be acting ungovernable. That's what blessing is, UP people. Nowadays, if it were two political parties that were outside, that were going for the runoff, and then it happened like this, and the CDC is not part of it. Let's understand it was ANC and that of Unity Party. There are different stories. That thing the Pope was out, the Pope was out too. Because they all be saying, you government, you see the people outside, you're not talking, we ourselves coming go outside too. But this time, where does the government come in to come complain the Unity Party to say, look, the people going outside, you can't be complaining yourself to say, oh, the people are doing this here and there. It's either you stop them or you let them be. And because it is difficult for you to stop them because you are the party that they are against. So it's difficult for you to stop them. So the only thing you can do as a government now is to wait. Bad thing happen, baby. That's when you can have an entry. We say these things all of the time. People may not like us for what we say. But I just gave you this simple analysis. You know, so now like a friend of mine called me, and then he was jittering with this UP thing. So he calls me from Lofa County. He said, Abby, yeah, is it there? Then I say, okay, I want to tell you how I say it here, but I want to ask you a question first. I say, are you aware that this election is about simple majority and you need to, it's all about you improving on your previous results? And so, yeah, you need to improve on it. Right? Good. I said, but in your local county, did the CDC make any improvement as compared to the previous one? He said, yes. I said, whose stronghold is it? He said, a Unity Party. I say, and you are worried and thinking that the Unity Party did well? Okay, let me take you from there. Let's go to Nima County. Did you call any of your friends from Nima County? Because he's a journalist. And I asked him a similar question. I said, what did they tell you? He said, CDC did well, the warnings on error. I say, and that is telling you that indeed Unity Party did well. I said, good. Have you followed the survey? He said, oh, that survey error. Oh, no, goes on. I said, okay, let's leave that part. Let's come on to Magibi. So let's agree that Unity Party even won Magibi. Did they win it bigger than they ever did? He said, no, I don't think so. The guy who was telling me the story, what the guy said, okay, that means they didn't make any progress. Remember, this run-up is about making progress, improving on your previous records, and seeing to it that you get the numbers to topple your opponents. And that was a simple thing I just put in. Though he was reluctant, saying, yeah, that's true. But my whole heart spoil. I say, yeah, your heart will spoil. Even I myself that here, until the National Elections Commission can announce it, you are never sure. Because your fate is supposed to be declared by somebody. And at that point, human beings get this kind of inner urge that is there, that carries them to the point that even no matter what it is, you can just be hoping there are some negative thoughts or feelings that will come to mind. So sometimes you can think you deserve it, but you're waiting to see whether the pronouncement will confirm to your thoughts. So we all carry that feeling. Now I can understand from the folks of the CDC to say, hey God, they think that we say we there, so let it neck come. Even the people in the war room, they are hoping that what they have there is confirmed. Everybody get that kind of thing where you are never satisfied until it is done or it is confirmed. So I could understand this part. 1 hour, 30 minutes from now, the National Elections Commission is expected to announce the results. Why don't wait? To the extent that even on the first day of the announcement of the result, that day, October 10, you saw the Unity Party people celebrating, and look at the percentage that were announced that day. They celebrated. Only to note that we was coming to take over from them. They went down quiet. So where are we? Look, this country is for all of us. Whether you like it up, you like it, you go, you come down here and there. Everybody knows exactly what they've got, and this is where we are. You listen to the sea. You know, some of you not even can't even follow Western media or Western culture or so forth here and there to learn, because some of we not get a kind of sophisticated journalists in schools or so forth that will be able to teach us some of these things here and there. So what we do, we learn by sight and by hearing. So as a result, I devote my time to listen to some of these journalists, how they are doing their analysis, on what basis are they doing this analysis, what are variables that they are taking into consideration making this analysis, because it can help you to make projection. You can say, based on X, Y, Z, I think this one will happen. You got to do some inward analysis, taking into consideration several variables and factors. When you finish taking it in, then you can make a projection. And that is exactly what we did last night. When we look at those variables, the trends, what was happening here? We're not talking about stations that have correspondent deposited in areas to get result that you want to hear. We didn't do that last night. No, we didn't do that to you last night. That's one thing. In fact, Freedom up to now demonstrates to be the most independent institution that did what other institutions that thought to be independent did not do. We did it. Because you know why? Our credibility is at stake. There were some media outlets that were thought to be independent, but I know what happened behind the scene. They deposited and assigned correspondence, told the manager at these stations and say, pay your reporters to only go to areas that we are doing. So they are supposed to be seen as independent, but they are reporting from areas that when you hear the numbers and not doing any analysis, they were not asking their correspondent, because that is what we were doing last night. We were saying, okay, you got a result this, how was it like the last time? That's why you ask your reporters. They didn't do that. Maybe they didn't know how to do it, or it was deliberate. Because that will get a feed to your listeners. Especially on the spot reporting, is all about analysis. It's about your opinion, how you see it. That's what on the spot analysis is about. So people sit and they are doing it. I will show you something to tell you that we too got graphs to show to our people, to share with them. So those kind of reportage, when you are doing it, you just deceive the public, because it's not possible that you're going to an election. That's why you should be strategic. Even when you're monitoring the CNN and so forth, and they will say, going to this other state. We are going to this other state because this state is supposed to be the blue state. What is happening in our state? Because it's following the trend. It is how you determine election results. Follow the trends. I am teaching elections coverage here to Liberian journalists, people who want to be, and people who will cover election in the future or whatever it is. I am teaching it now. Elections coverage. You follow the trends. It is how you make projections. That is how you make projections. You follow the trend. You're not just going to the election. You must first know the strengths and weaknesses of. So let's say, for instance, we are going to an election on tomorrow. And I know many of the young people like Kema business. And Kema's strength is the young people. Now, we were able to do the election, or we saw it, that the number of turnout in Kema area, there were more older people that turned out to vote on that day than the younger people. It is a manners to Kema, who's always enjoying the support of the many young people. You do this, and because that's what going to give you a feed of projection. You're not going to be announcing, say the person won, like the CNN. They wouldn't be. Now they are telling you these are projections that we are making. We are projecting that owing to these trends, if it should continue like this over the period, then we think for sure this state could turn from blue to red. And the thing that the program be talking, they are enjoying it. Say, yeah, they got to get report. We really enjoy these guys that they are very. You just got to learn how to do elections coverage. Because you want to follow the trend. The public there want to know, what was it like? What's the historical context of this vote? So they will look at a candidate. Let's say, for instance, they will look at a candidate. They say, we wanted the candidate. Okay, let's say, for instance, like we're looking at the election recently, right? So, there were people who were thinking that, okay, this is Joy's stronghold in Obon County. What's happening there for her? We want to know. George Weah, Moserado County has demonstrated all of the periods that it's not a specific stronghold for any specific political party, except for anybody who's ruling and strong, who in the opposition and very strong, that the person will be able to take Moserado County. Very strong. You must be in the opposition, and not just being up for opposition, but you must be a strong voice in the opposition. You can take Moserado County easily. It's possible you take it. So we are left and then went to, that's why you see the people were not focusing, the party not focusing on Moserado County. Their main focus was the Southeast. That's why they sent that RT guy in the Southeast. That's why they deploy people in the Southeast. Because they know that that is the focus. They knew it. And for the fact that the party, they're not getting it, they're conceding. They know the results. They just do anything as tricks. That's why they deploy heavily there. That's why CDC also decided to deploy heavily in Nima County and say, we'll not let Nima County like that. We'll send EDIV. We'll try to beef up the strength there. That's why CDC decided to up their game as well in Lofa County. Then you saw the legs of Magay Nukwene coming together. The intent of it is not maybe to win Magibi, or it's not maybe to win Lofa, or it's not maybe to win Nimba. The intent of it is to cut down the numbers, make some strides, because by that you are sure of winning the runoff. That's what it's about. So how do you do that? These are some of the things. So you look at it this way, you look at it this way, you put it this way, and then you look at it and say, no, but in this country, I think this is where we are going. You may not like to really listen to what we say or whatever it is, but it's going to be confirmed. It is going to be confirmed. Because we have come and understood that this election is going to be conducted free, fair, and transparently. Did the Unity Party deployment in the Southeast, did it pay off? They decided to say, you get Kolobaren passing around and causing there. Did it pay off for them? They say Yeke had never been successful in running any campaign outside of Montserrat County for them, because the traditional people don't believe in insults. I don't know why you always wanted to be thinking Yeke to be. In fact, the more you did it, that's why even made the Southeasterners very angry. And some votes Baga got in the first round, they took it away from him. They took it away from him because he's saying Yeke to go insult. There's a man whom they've been seeing insulting their son all of the time. Then you can't send him there to go wrong. I don't know. What was the logic? What was the reasoning? Yeke went Lofa County to go insult Thomas Father beat. The more you carry violence kind of politics to our people, they tend to favor the side that you are carrying out violence against, because those are traditional people. They don't believe in rudeness. So every time you carry on violent conduct, you give sympathy to the affected party. That's why you see Thomas Father and the CDC, they're doing well down there. You may not understand it. They are very frustrated because they deployed in the Southeast, sending people that you get in there, yet they did not get the result they wanted, because that's what you wanted. You need to go into your opponent's stronghold and get something from there. Did they get it? No. Whatever they got, did they maintain it? No. So why are they celebrating? Why are they celebrating? It's like you drop points in your backyard. You go play a game. You drop points in your backyard. You win your opponent area. They beat you there flat. Then you sit down and say, when we put it together, I will stay up to. Where is that possible? It's not possible. That's why in the football game, on the home and away issues and ties and things, when they look at it, if you and myself came at home and we play there, you beat me in my home. Okay, we drew in my home 2-2. But when you're home, my biggest bet to qualify ahead of you, either we draw in your home 3-3 or I beat you in your home. But anything other than that, and then it ended 1-1 in my home, and then we went in your home, and it ended 2-2 there, because in your home, it ended 2-2 there. You came in my home, and it ended 1-1. I take advantage. So let's put it at the 2-2, right? You came in my home, we drew 2-2. I am going away to you. The best bet for me to qualify is 3-3. Because you scored 2 goals in my home, and we drew. and I scored 3 goals in your home and we drew. That 1 goal I scored in your home and we drew, it puts me at a better advantage because I scored more goals in your home. You scored less goal in my home. But if we settle at 2-2, then of course a tie. Those are the football people, and you know all of these things. These are not things that only apply to football. There is something they call home advantage. George Weah exercised his home advantage on both fronts. Did Prince Johnson and Boakai exercise the home advantages they enjoyed in Nimba and Lufa respectively? That's where you're supposed to be. You call your mind, part them home, back home, and be telling them, say, oh, the other area, what was the result there? The last time we went there, you say, oh yeah, they won not here today. Then you start getting yourself defeat. Don't let the people sit down here and be telling you, say, oh, we win this, that. You have an asset to some of the friends that are there. Call them, ask them questions. How was it like for us there? Someone will tell you, say, the Pope be all year. He say, but how we manage so in the area we won the last time? He say, yeah. He say, hey man, how the Pope be us down there like that? Then you want to understand. And I just like for you people to know these things. So do not understand it that way. Do not panic by these people's celebrations. They play those same games in the first round. They came up, they told people to declare them as winners. James Provocative had a press conference with his group. They said Boakai won. And analysis were very characterized by serious flaws. Because he said Boakai can win in the other era, then you say you're not winning, but you're not telling you whether you have tally sheets. Or you have access to numbers from tally sheets on not tally sheets on a record of counts. That was the field strategy one they used that time. I will declare you as an observer. I will declare you as winner. So that when the net coming up, the net will be forced to announce you as winner. It did not work. They came together again. They said the EFFL needs to come up to go have press conference and declare Boakai. They did it on a Friday. I did tell you that they were going to do it because I had that information. And they did it. They said Boakai a winner. Though nobody celebrated it this time, they didn't say that even declaring him winner, they didn't go celebrate it. They declared him winner, then they went and sat down. Because their conscience were telling them that it was not right. They then came up with press conference and said they were coming to announce the result. Only for them to bring blue plastic and passing around, we say that all John inside. So all we want to tell you, we finished doing it already, we have won. Again, that was a lie. Today, because no credibility in the Stanton Waterspoon report that while they were not having any celebrations at the time Stanton Waterspoon was reporting, no credibility in any of their leaders, they brought a new face in Amara Corner who brought a new data something and said, this is what we'll use now to fool these people. So all of y'all went to bed sick, sad. I saw it. The UP folks were sick, sad. They went to bed. When they woke up in the morning now, they heard about the graph issue. And so, oh yeah, they put in the street. Then they say, yeah, you just join the street. Once you join the street, the people will be in the corner and they be celebrating. Is that a kind of strategy you use? People sit down in this country, they look at themselves, and they think that people are fools. You get your class of people that you can fool or deceive. But we think for sure we want you to maintain your peace. Seditions, maintain your peace. Sympathizers, maintain your peace, maintain your calm. This is not the first time they have done it. They did it before and they are doing it again. We have covered elections in this country. Liberians don't depend on war room before they know that their candidates have won. They don't. On the night of the election and the reporting, they will know where they are. On the radio, just by virtue of those things that we're going to that's why I say if you have an analytical skills or electoral coverage team that tells you exactly what's happening, where you can already have a feed of what's unfolding. On the night of the October 10th, citizens knew that the kind of result that they had anticipated from the CDC, they didn't get it from the kind of reportage that we were giving here. They knew it. They were not waiting for war room. The only difference was one round or this, that. Those were the confusions that were there. Whether we want one round or this, that. But from the feed and the reports that were given, so the people were skeptical. At one point in time, they were now confused. You're sure we'll get it one round? But they were sure enough that they were going to win. But the issue there is whether they were getting on one round. That was a confusion I hear the CDC at the time. You know how? Because the kind of report that we gave on the night of the election, they knew. So people don't wait. They don't wait for war room before. No. Like some of the people that were calling me just this afternoon, they say, oh man, okay, FM people, and they are corresponding, and they're calling, and I resort them, all the resort them, just when they favoring Joseph Boakai, and I say it depends on where they're calling from. Because if you listen to our own show last night, you know that for us, we're very straight to the points and balanced. We decided to report from places that we knew that the CDC was not even doing well in those places. And maybe one thing we could tell you at the time is to have just told you that about this time, there is a number that the CDC had here, and there is it. That's what we said. So there's nothing big about that. We got nothing to hide. We're not going to deceive our people put in the streets. We need to know. You know how many old people then that depending on us, that we can't deceive them, get a heart attack. You think we're coming to be responsible for somebody and a heart attack? You think we're going to be responsible for that? No. We will be held liable for anything to happen to them because we have made them to believe in us. When you get people who believe in you, don't take them to be stupid by deceiving them. You will hurt them. You will break them down. And you are going to be responsible for whatever happens to them. Because when people take their trust, they put it in you. And they say, anything you say, we'll take it. Oh. Yeah. You should be very careful. Don't play with it. But the unity about people who care less about trust, confidence, they don't care about it. What else more lie to them today, tomorrow can't lie again and say, yeah, we'll believe it. They don't care about the issue. They are all united party, people been lying to them. Lying to them. But they still believe those lies. They will bring new one again and say, oh yeah, I don't want body call. Maybe they miss it, but this is it. But at least we are getting there. So we have roughly at 4:30, the election results, the first round of election results will be coming from the National Elections Commission. And we are waiting to hear them out. It is there to confirm what we get in our respective war rooms. As to whether what Amara is reporting is it, as to whether what the CDC got in their war room is it, that's where we are. And I will show you something before we can, I didn't want to, but I will show you it now. Then I'll get to the lines into our review, and all you can do is to maintain your peace, your calm, and everything as we are going to these elections. It's very important. Let me share with you this so that you can see it. It is very much good. Okay, good. I think I just want to show this small screenshot to you. It's very small, narrow, and the margin is very much low. And okay, so let me share this with you. Okay. So I think this is it. And let me share this with you now so that you get it. I will share this with you now so that you can get it, which is very much good. God will have chosen to say, look, I will give you all this. I will give you all the results. I will do this, blah, 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 all the kind of thing. But I'm not going to do it. No. 4:30. And you guys are interesting. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, I think this is it, right? It just opens up here. So I will share it with you just shortly. So this is something that I managed to have access to just about 75%, and that's 70%. Okay, 70% incoming stuff. That's what you see in there, so right? So it's just about 70% of stuffs. That's what you see in there, so just decided to use our own data stuff to plug in the figures. 70% of the various poolings coming in. This is how far it is. That's what you see in there. When we're telling you that we are not in the business of just what I call you see here, and I submitted. This is the number, and pending. This is the number that is pending. That's what you're seeing there in red, and that's what you're seeing right there. So that's what it is, right? So you get to know it by all of these things. So you see that? There is not something that you will look at and then you lie. Here is it as per what we put it so far is 59.9 or 51.9% for the CDC, and we have 48.1% for Buakai. That's so far what it is. That's realistic. Unlike that fake thing that they're doing down there, they're just flying it all over and then trying to give themselves due advantage and so forth. You don't deceive the people like that. These are things that we can just tell you. By the way, that's life, and we can only tell you what it is from this point. So we can only open the lines, be very calm enough, and we think for sure we will certainly get there. And so we will certainly get there. So we can only open the lines so that you be calm in your communities. Don't be moved. Don't be touched by anything else. And let's wait. We have roughly 1 hour more to the time itself. Yeah. Just 1 hour. And we get there. So be very calm. Do not say anything to anybody. Relax yourself. Let them celebrate. Let them move on. Let them say whatever they want to say. Just keep yourself calm and posted. We will get there. Don't worry. So let me get to this caller quick. And of course, from overseas. Hello, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, AB. Good afternoon to the people of Liberia. Frank Gibson, I call from Paris.
Yeah, Gibson. Let's listen to you, Chief.
Thank you, AB. You know, we are all here. We are all worried. We are all anticipating the results from the elections. But one thing you said, actually, I want to key note of, when you said, even though results are in war rooms, and every party got their war room, but they are still worried and waiting for those results to be
confirmed,
verified, or validated, confirmed by the agency. That's a very good point that you stress. I think it's very important. That alone will tell people that, oh, this man is honest in what he's saying, and he's not declaring anything in favor of anybody. That's been very balanced. Thank you very much for your analysis. I'm just reading a post. It's 6 minutes ago from the United Party condemning and they are regretting of the statement made by Mo Ali accusing that also received 150,000. Now, according to the Unity Party, they are distancing themselves from that particular comment made by Mo Ali. I think that's very bad for democracy. You know, I told one of my friends, Jonathan Goodlaw was a president and he won 2 elections and he lost. And he accepted result.
Yeah.
Don't you think if Jonathan wanted to cheat to remain in power, he would have done it?
You're right.
But he didn't do it for himself. He would go cheat for somebody else to be president.
That's true.
It's very unfortunate that we need to deserve for such a thing. Anyway, thank you. For me, I'm very touching my phone. I don't want it to go down. Because I want to close around of 4 to 4:30 to make sure it's moving. But
okay.
I hope everyone will accept the result. And then this way, that goes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chief, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Yeah. So, like you heard him say, and that's the point that we try to make. So let's get on to the lines, and again, and then 0776 104 086 500 104 are the numbers. So let me have it here. Okay, I think there's one. No, let me get onto this one. Okay, someone's on the phone. Yeah, this other phone. Let me try to get it on so that we move on. You try to relax yourself, relax your mental tension, you know, and don't be moved by anything they will say or do. Relax yourself. And that's all I can tell you for now. Relax yourself. The time is almost at hand, and it will be. Because we have roughly 1 hour to be into this thing here, to deal with this issue sufficiently. The National Elections Commission is going to be announcing the results about 1 hour, 30 minutes from now. Because it's just at 3:30. So at 4:30, they are supposed to be announcing. So that's 1 hour from now. Sorry, not 1 hour, 30 minutes. 1 hour from now, they will be announcing. So we are here to just give you the feed of what it looks like, and we are certainly getting there. So relax yourself and don't be moved by what people say out there. Remember now, we are certainly getting there, almost there. Okay, so call us on 0776 104 104. If there's any panic, any question you have to ask, you can go on with it, and we will be able to answer to you right here. So let me get on to this one. Yeah, hello, yeah.
Yeah, this is Paul J. Down from Downwater side.
Yeah, Downwater side. Okay, good to hear from you, Chief.
You are my mentor. First of all, I'll say thank you for laughing out to nothing, listening to you. Yeah, continue working for the LIBERIA, Chief. Yeah, you don't be moved by anything they say. You relax yourself, and whatever it is, it will come. Yeah. Okay, so let's just relax ourselves and then see how it goes. Hello, how you doing? Hello, Ibrahim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is asking will you according to race American.
Okay, Rix. Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, it's discussion thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Ibrahim question we believe in you. We believe in you. So we're waiting. Now the way you're reporting and the way other people are reporting is not the same. So that's perfect. Because you're reporting that there are certain error to be CDC, certain error to be Unity Party. But the other people, they were not reporting that one. So we believe in you. Now you know what we're waiting for now.
You gotta believe in the process. No, that one result that the next result. Let's believe in the process and not me, because we are looking forward to the process, and we have to have confidence in the process. Hello, how you doing? And hello. Okay, let me get on to this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. How you doing, Chief?
Yeah, my name is William Swart, and I join you from my lower Johnson community to be precise in Kazakhstan. Yeah,
Mr. Swart, go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, you know, it sounds so laughable to see somebody who call themselves honorable man. And then the hierarchy of Unity Party, you have the chairman, Reverend Luther Pape, and then you have Mo Ali. And then you have Patrick Honan who are know that if they know by now that they are in the league, you'll come to see them all on Facebook posting and then be parade. Then using you as your representative to be passing around, which you don't see no hierarchy of Unity Party. So it really bothers me to see a man who calls himself honorable man, who is part of the first branch branch of government to see him passing around sweating, tying things they will hit the panther, the red card, they will hit some kind of crazy person. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we are waiting for 4 o'clock. I think 4:30 for the election commission to announce the result. As for all we know, that President Weah will be re-elected. So we are not deterred by the tactics because they always been doing this to put fear in people, to intimidate people we knew. So we don't deter and we are focused. We're waiting for the first announcement. And then after the election commission announced the first preliminary result, someone will be jubilating in our community. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, boss, for your contribution. The next caller we get to. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, fine.
Yeah, this don't help.
Say?
Calling from Caldwell.
Caldwell. Okay, go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, first of all, I'm very, very astonishing what they got in there. You got all about attitude. Putting people on the street. Saying the party I won the election. I'm very, very astonishing. And one more as a representative. And I think it's necessary. And another thing I listen to you like that, they are 30 years in my country and we gave a very, very good voice. And you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to get out of you, so I beg you more. Want me up there?
Oh. All right. Thank you. Let me get on to this caller. Right here, and Liberians are calling as well from the diaspora. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you? Good.
Yeah, I'm fine, boss. Go ahead. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Samai, and I call you from the Gambia.
Say it, Dakar?
I call you from the Gambia.
Oh, the Gambia. Okay, yeah. Let's listen to you, Chief.
Yeah. Now, AB, you people, thank you very much. Since the whole election thing is on, you people have helped us. You know, and things, you know, when you're trying to do every necessary thing to do the truth to the Liberian people about what is unfolding, although you people are not the commissioner. But we know that on statistics, you people, when you analyze it, we know you're speaking on the right trajectory. And the way you people are speaking, the way you're analyzing it. I say I saw the thing that you posted on my, on my laptop. I saw accepting maybe crazy person, but we wait for the election commission.
Yeah, let us wait.
The referee person to declare.
Let us wait for the National Elections Commission, please. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. Okay, let me get on to the next caller here on this die. This one will do for us here. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Yeah, how you doing, Chief? Go ahead, let's listen to you.
Thank you, Agosi. Let me commend you for the platform, the tireless energies that you're using for us in this country. Let me just say this, you give all the analysis, let me get out of small.
Yeah.
You see when you have a woman, and you try to do everything to terrify the woman, and she has attitude problem, and I have 1 or 2 children, and at the end of the day, this on her rudeness and what have you, she left the relationship she went. We bought it offer with everything that God put in place for her. She make no use out of it. Then God help you find another woman who is boring you, getting pressure outside there, your dress goes. I mean, you retail her from there, you started building her. Then that woman here, you say, but I remember they get 2 children that would disturb him. Then on your wedding day, she came on your wedding day, and she started beginning to do all kind of things. When you allow for attitude to oversee your wedding in your habit, wedding day, no. These are the way the United people are. They got the opportunity from 2005. When they were in power, you know, had the opportunity. They had the opportunity now. International community can empower them beyond. They couldn't do nothing for this country. They scrambled everything. They are afraid to see President Weah using Liberia people taxes money to pay one fee, free education, daily rule. They say, wow, when we allow this to continue the message here, then we're done. Then what we will do, we just spoil LIBERIA people, and that will not happen. Thank you for the analysis. We believe in you. All of your reports last night have been following you, and we know that we are under for the game, and we wait for the Electoral Commission who is better with the responsibility.
Okay. All right, thank you. Let's get to the next caller. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is different. I'm calling for translation. Let me say, people, if you miss it, let me tell you, thank you for something that was easy last year. Or last night, I listened to your, your selling board. If people then will not mind it, let them go ahead and start tribulating. For all, waiting for them. When next time on, we are. This is how you see your tribulating. You know, last night when you're finding the reason last night, I remember you told people on game, they'll forget about the Southeastern region area. You have put in the strong hope that for the result for there. Because the Southeastern area, that's no good. So, he like to go to the strong hope and lying in the water. Coming from some pounds, demand and contact me that even the owner may call it the shop. She's not telling me everything the shop. Just say, what is what before? She's not talking there. Oh, and I hope I have some girl. She's not telling you for one after the result. But the other put on the spoon there where I'm criminal situation with the connection result. But people are heavy, we're not paying you. But the whole work is given like brand people that want to call will pay you. Consider a good work, but will pay you. Thank you for the show.
All right, thanks, boss, for your contribution. Let me get to this caller. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon or good evening from my end. This is Dennis, and I call you from Germany.
Okay, Dennis, let's listen to you.
Yeah, AB, so I just want to say thanks to you and the rest of the folks from Freedom FM. You know, what I want to say here is that desperation is a disease. When you are desperate, it makes you to lose your logical senses.
Yeah.
It makes you to lose the integrity that you think you possess. To see someone like Amara Coleman, who once upon a time was a finance minister, or to be branded as budget shortfall, and who was mistakenly elected as a senator that is part of now the first branch of government, we take the lead to say he's pronouncing results. That shows desperation. That shows that people have lost their mind. But what I want to say is that from your analysis of some of the information that you have provided, that is a logical conclusion. That is a logical analysis. Because if you claim that you have won, you should be able to provide such analysis that during the first round, the ruling party did not do well in this place. And based on our statistics, based on the information, this is where we have done well. So that logical conclusion can give someone the understanding that this person is saying the truth. Again, as you have said, the supporters of the ruling CDC, we all want to urge you to remain calm. I think we'll have just less than an hour or so to glue to the National Election Commission that has the statutory mandate to give us the official results. They should remain calm. From the projections that you have provided, for me, I'm sure that at the end of the day, the ruling party will stand out as the candidate. So again, continue the good work. Rest of the other folks, please remain committed to the process. Thank you all.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. All right, so we are just roughly about, let's say, maybe 45 minutes, away from hearing from the National Elections Commission. And I think the journalists could be making their way there now if they are not already there, so that we start hearing from them. And, okay, so I will get to this one and I will get back to that. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
afternoon, Brother Ebi.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I'm Jenna Keita. I'm calling from Mama Point. Brother Ebi, first of all, let me say thanks to the Freedom Family and also to Women's Empire for calling me the platform for the Liberian people to understand what is going on in our country. Brother Ebi, I cannot say much that I can. Let me say thank you to the Liberian people. This peaceful election that took place, they were to be a violent one, but God have made it possible. At least no international peacekeeping force here, and our national security, they have stepped up their game. No matter what happens, there will be step or stone, because the reason being that it is election. And we all understand. Thank you so much, Brother AB, for your tireless time. I've been listening to you the whole of last night from 8 o'clock up to 4. I was just listening. Let me say thank you. May God reward each and every one of us for our effort that we have made. God will not let our effort to go in vain.
Certainly.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
All right. Thanks so much for your call. And so we have roughly 45 minutes to next call, 50 minutes to 4 o'clock, and at 4:30 we hear from the National Elections Commission. This caller, hello, how you doing?
Ed, good evening. This is Abraham calling from the United States.
Yeah, Mr. Gordon, let's hear from you, AB.
Yeah, man. I followed your last night from yesterday up to the morning, but I have to go to work today. So, for your thank you again. But first of all, let me say thanks to the Liberian people, AB, because evil people intend for these elections, October and November 14 elections, to have turned off to be confusions. But God could have it. The Liberian people tired. They are moving forward. Liberian people, we're not going backward. We are moving forward. We want peace, and we'll continue to maintain the peace. So I say thanks to everyone of you, all the Liberians that attended yesterday, October 10, October 14, and get the vote. And get the vote. Maybe you are just saying something about analysis. We're in the United States, right? You have Democrats, you have state like California.
Yeah.
California is a blue state.
Yeah.
Right? You get Texas. Oklahoma is a red state. So if November next year comes and you see Republicans doing well in California and in New York, then they are making game in the Democrat stronghold.
Yeah. That's what it is.
You know, all these guys, I'm right, they stay in this country. Like in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, it always flips. Sometimes it go blue, sometimes it go red. You understand what I'm saying? But like like you're saying, the game that President we are making in my country, in Lofa country, it should be concerned to the to the United Party guys, but they're not looking at how the mayor come from 27% and go up to 30 to 32% in your stronghold. And what do you do in the southeastern region from Grand Gila all the way to River Sand?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, you want Nima County, but do you increase your votes from the first round, or do your vote decrease, or your opponent got more votes than the first round? I think President we did well, and I must say kudos to all the sons and daughters of Nima County that stood to Senator Johnson. I say kudos to the sons and daughters of Lufa County that stood up. They said, look, tradition but development, our counties have been in darkness. This young man, which is the president, trying his best to bring some life to us. We look at Equani Body District. My brother AP, go to October 10. What they will go Equani Body District in Vajama City.
You're right.
Look at the result that coming up.
You're right.
So look, President, we are there. Why the CDC? Look, they mount the game and they got the result. I just saw Carrasco posted something about Maggie. I don't know. He just posted something. I think Maggie might like it flip. President, we are 8 counties. You want 7 in the first round. What was your target? I either take 1 county from you, either I take Bon County or Grand Basso, or I take 2 counties. You see it? And you're not able to make it. Monserrado will offer grab. Maggie will offer grab. Bombing, Grand Cayman, citizen, numbers in those counties, citizen number went up in those counties, you are in trouble. But like you regularly said, these guys are fake people. They are fake people. And like you regularly said, so they brought in Amar Konena to have the new face.
Yeah.
Stanton was more allowed to them.
Yeah.
And somebody told me that they told Gibson Giroux, because Gibson Giroux was trying to ask them some questions, technical questions about the results that coming up. You gotta be balanced. In President, we have got 10 votes, but I got 200 votes. Say.
Yeah,
Say.
they had serious issue with Gibson.
200.
You're right. That's why they called Gibson off. They called Gibson Giroux off.
Yeah.
So you must know
Because
that the
Gibson
whole
said,
Amara
hey, Jeremy, what happening? What happening? Hey, President, we have got 10 votes in the polling place. Baka got 200 reported. Hey, Baka got 10 votes. And President, we have got 200 reported. Be balanced. Be balanced. But AB, thank you, man. And I also say thanks to the Freedom Family, Banner FN, Kids, all, man. Every one of you guys, man. And Liberian people, citizen. Look, man, y'all just pray God and wait for the National Electoral Commission result, because they are close with the authority to announce the final result. So thanks to the Liberian people and thanks to the government of Liberia. Thank you, AP.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. And we have 11 minutes to 4. So at 4:30 is going to be the announcement of the result. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Sorry. Yeah, Mama J, I'll call you back. Hello? Okay, these people are not ready. Mama J, let me get you on. Sorry, I've been keeping you on. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Let's listen to you, Mama J.
Maybe it's a pleasure talking to you again. How are you, my dear friend and brother? How are you doing this
I'm
afternoon?
fine. Go on. Let's listen to you.
Maybe before I say anything, I want to say thank you. And I will say this to you, Abby. You are Abraham, you are God sent. Nobody can do nothing to you. They will try in a way to threaten you, but you are pillar and nobody can just easily blow away. So let them just talk, let them just say what they want to say. Then all the things they will just talk about, they can do nothing to you, Abby. You are blessed child. And when your child is blessed, nobody can do nothing to you. Same with the president.
Certainly.
We want to say thank you to all of our citizens that came out to vote. And Abby, what history again the president have made in this country? Before, Abby, we found our election in the country, Senator Prince Johnson will always the one to decide the fate of our elections. When we go to election as a party and decide, yes, when I join you for our give my vote and Nima County will receive this and stuff. You're going to demand. But what happening right now? We have silenced all that because the United Party have recruited Nima County and Nima County right now have joined them. So I mean, there's nobody against. So no more you're going to be posting that with all his party, nobody can go to the president and say, so we have made another history. What we want to do in the country, we're going to set the pace. We want to vote for our future. We're going to vote for the future of our children. And thanks to the Freedom Family. Thank you so much, Eben, for the effort.
Thank you. You're most welcome. All right. So let's go on. Remember now, they are doing everything they can, but they lie. They will continue to lie. But we are getting there. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you, Abraham?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you. I'm Bob Carver Jr. I joined you from district number 11.
Okay.
How are you?
All right, let's hear from you.
President, the Secretary for the Progressive Alliance for Joy Re-election. I call to appreciate your effort, actually, Abraham. We physicians will remain calm. We will remain calm and stay there and observe the result. We will listen to your pronouncement, and that's what the NC pronouncement. We will remain calm. And I only call from one point. I appreciate those who the president appointed in the second round actually bringing all the kind of worry. More especially in district number 11, I want to appreciate Jim Akwe Gauro. There's a young guy who came in the picture and actually did a good right. So thank you so much, and we'll listen to the advice. We will actually sit back and watch the result. Remain peaceful. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. And so here we are. Let's get on to the next caller. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well, good evening.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Abby.
Yeah, fine, Chief. Go on. Let's listen to you.
Abby, I'm joining you from River County. Dave Jenkins.
Wow. Let's hear from you. One of the counties. Let's hear from you from River G.
Abby, if I'm only the southeast, then it is done already.
I know. We know that.
We only waiting for to hear from Neighbor County and Moses for our city hall.
I like that.
But Abby, it is frustrating or it is laughable to see people that company be whistle or Bocha coming to work campaign against President we are in the Southeast. People that coming with said as an incumbent now not able to get any sales on your vote in Reggie County coming to say you want to be work campaign. Bocha that big people on Reggie so many times were crying all around, crying wolf. What people are big here, what people are big here, and I'm on Reggie, and I'm on Reggie. The people in power, you want to run campaign against President Weah, or you want to run against President Weah. So it's laughable. But if I start east, everything is done. Always figure up.
You're right.
So we're waiting for the result up there.
Okay, I'll wait. And the next will announce it. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, how you doing? Please go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to bring in from Kawel.
Okay.
So I'm trying to listen to you for saying you know even the well what you call it. You think we for what you call it look at my power when you where so they can succeed in power. The matter don't agree to that we to go in the government. They show any minister that the one working, they show it put out that big young boy.
Okay, that's my friend. All right. Thank you. And we are setting a year. Hello, how are you doing?
Jerry.
Yeah, boss. Go ahead.
How are you? This is Emmanuel Richardson, and join the conversation.
Yeah, Richardson. Let's listen to you, Chief.
Yeah, we encourage our people to be calm. No, if you don't understand United Party tactics, look, you will worry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You were here first round. When they don't do blue plastic and say you get Italy, she blue plastic, they win the election first round. The other man who give all election result 2011, he took it for all, you win Nima. I mean, when Lofa and you call a press conference, he said Joseph Boga win election first round. So these guys, everything about them is propaganda. So to our people, just be calm. Look, the election commission will break the camera back. So we don't need people not panic. Except the only way you vote, except you go to the pool to vote. But as long as you vote for President Weah, your vote will be calm and your vote will be protected. So to our people, keep hope alive. President Weah is on course and show that President Weah will maintain the presidency. Thank you and long live Freedom FM.
All right, my brother. Thanks for your contribution. We appreciate and thanks for adding up and to our cause to the people to remain calm and the results will come. Nothing can stop it. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing?
Your regular list of Melvin Kai.
Hey, Melvin, let's listen to you, boss.
How are you, Chief?
Fine, boss. Go ahead.
I think Guinness should be sleeping right now.
I think so.
I got a strong guy, my man.
Oh, man, it's not easy.
Thank you for the hard work, guys. The whole team we monitor, and they got come out to Ghana now.
Who that?
Something is here.
That's it. Who that was it, baby?
The people were, in fact, the afternoon, my little sister called me from FaceTime that they put people in the screen as well in FaceTime, celebrating their victory. But what you said is the best position, neck is like the other lawyer can say final arbiter. When NEC announces the result is the official one. I told somebody that there is no chat room or war room that is powerful than NEC decision. So we are waiting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And the NEC boss. And so we're just trying to give you a snapshot of
at the Montserrat Township Center
and the NEC quarters.
The chairperson of the National Elections Commission,
Madam watching, and you can see it from the back.
Will officially launch
the NEC headquarters. So we just thought to show you these things. As the National Data Center is there, and the National Elections Commission dealing with that. I hope Chris Sapo can be right here with me to just.
National Elections Commission over the past few hours concluded elections for the presidency in one all 6 o'clock yesterday, we saw the turnout, which initially appeared low, but we
Okay,
were
so the noise,
convinced at the end
something,
that a
yeah.
lot of
So I think
Nigerians
we'll try to get back to it.
as
I just wanted
voters
to show you
did
what's
turn out
happening. And hello, how you
did
doing?
cast their ballot for the candidates of their choice.
Yeah, hello, how you doing? Okay, go on, Johnson. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your contribution. We appreciate that. All right, so this is it. This is where we are. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, Chief. Go ahead. Let's listen to you. We are right here. Go ahead. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. So we have 29 minutes to the call of the results. We'll be checking on the NEC website as we are going along and so forth. And hello, let's hear from you again. Hello, let's get to this. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, hello, how you doing? You on? Why can't you talk? Hello? Wow, sorry. So let me see whether we can get back to this caller. Sorry, went off on you. The other line is on. Just remain calm. Don't be moved. They've done it before and they are doing it again. This is their last time doing it. And so Justice, yeah, you can call in. And I can just pick your call. You can use my line and I will pick yours. And all right. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing, sir? Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And took them there to go and vote for the president because I know that the president is going to win. Even I follow you religiously doing the senatorial election in Rufa County. You made an analysis when videos that are coming out of Denmark, from the videos that are coming out of local country, the person will be re-elected. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thanks, boss, for your contribution. And let me get to my friend. But Justice, what's up?
I'm okay. Okay, see, baby, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. Go on. Let's listen to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I mean, you are doing a very great work. Just as you were not sleeping last night, we keep following you religiously.
I know, right? Everybody else.
I think we relay the program, by the way, on the mobile phone. So the radio station team in River G, the Voice of Webble, Radio Weipo, and other community radio stations we have here. I mean, and because of that, they have given confidence to our people about this entire process. As we speak, there were a group of unity partisans that continue to move on the street of Kingston, and celebrating victory across, every street and provoking, the citizens who do not believe, and support it. The situation keep coming, and the guys were calling me. I said, look, they'll be patient. No one should, move in their way. They stay, they got intent. The opener is upon us who support this government and who are working with the government to make sure that we protect the peace. The guy had nothing to protect, so the way you do everything to agitate, to activate us and push you guys for action. I mean, so as we speak, when you just talk about that ECOWAS statement, I had to provide and they just told me that I think there are forces for it, and they begin to leave the street and so forth, right? So I can tell you where it is now. A fixed time city to be specific, it's a little bit kind of.
Okay, at least thank you, Justice, for that intel. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. All right, okay, that's very much good because what. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, bro. AB, come here.
Yeah, I'm fine. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for the
We are until it's finished.
Yeah, my brother. Last year, certain thing went on. I was very, very embarrassed. I decided calling, but I couldn't go through. You imagine I left from the polling station, came to my I don't know how to call it on the radio station or phone. They make just talking, the number changing, this, that, my half. When they fly, I dream, I don't know what to do. I said, I want to get I left for that. I just went to come to my house. I had no point of registration. I'm afraid that the word.
Everybody participating in this process, observing this process, see the need to accept the process that it is going on. At the end, we will begin to announce preliminary official results at the headquarters of the National Elections.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, you have your attention. So, we can welcome you all here at the Montserrat County Talent Center, and the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Madam Electoral, will officially launch the Talent program or process. Madam Chairperson.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, our national and staff of the National Elections Commission, magistrates responsible for this process, National Elections Commission, over the past few hours, concluded elections for the presidency on all yesterday. We saw the turnout, which initially appeared low, but we were convinced at the end that a lot of Nigerians who were registered as voters did turn out and did cast their ballots for the candidates of their choice. As we speak, and in the process of declaring this tally process open. We observe that tally has commenced all over the country, and in this connection, declare the Monserrado tally and all tallies ongoing throughout the country duly open. Hope that all goes well. Everybody participating in this process, observing this process, to see the lead, to accept the process as it is going on, and at the end of the day, we will begin to announce the preliminary official results at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. So a big thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Okay, so and thanks so much. And she was just trying to declare, but we want to get on the next page, and so that we can tell you what's really unfolding there, which is very much good. So we have roughly around 21 minutes, yeah, to the announcing of the results, the preliminary results, sorry, from the National Elections Commission. So let me get on to this caller quickly. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah, so yeah, wait. Yeah, you lead that one. Yeah, we lead that one there. Yeah, the jubilee, you lead it. Yeah. Yeah. The people who can make people jubilate, they will come. They get the real people who can tell people to jubilate. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Okay, this caller skips on, so let me get on to the next caller. Hello, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm Emmanuel Patton calling from Broadville.
Yeah, Patton, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'm monitoring the show, and I would like to chip in on this. Somebody made reference to that Ghanaian guy that was voted from this country.
Mm.
Do you know he was on Spoon TV last night reading election results?
Okay.
He's still interfering with our election illegally.
No, at the time, you know the guys, because Spoon that work knew that they were reading fake something, so because it was giving them tough time, they had it decided to say they won't go to their Ghanaian man in Ghana for what they got. That was a distraction now because they knew that what they were doing locally.
That kind of man also will be interfering into our election. He's doing it illegally.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to make it.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Yeah?
If you have to
Yeah, go on, man.
I said, the information you get, I won't listen to, I won't listen to United Party because no fake news. They just getting, one time I went to the party, I hear that they going to send a picture to you on WhatsApp on Messenger. Yeah, but I still force it, I make my way to go get my name one vote. For number 2, by the grace of God, no will be a successful person.
Yeah.
We're not just waiting to hear from you.
Okay. So the National Elections Commission, let's wait to hear from them. They can tell people to jubilate. They can tell people not to jubilate. Are the only people. Because sometimes you never know. You got to be very careful how you go about it. Hello, how you doing?
So how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'm so much happy to be part of the show this evening.
You say what?
I say I'm so much happy to be part of the show.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you see, Mr. Weir, one of the things is that not everybody that was CDC support the CDC because of John Weir. Some of us we support the CDC because of you and other practices of all of you. So we believe what we exercise our right on, something good will come to pass. And then if you watch a show called Rules of Engagement, it's almost like what's happening now. Because any small thing the United Partisan they will kill sedition and will remain peaceful. People going around, they're not here giving official results. They're in their party headquarters wearing t-shirt around Freeport this afternoon when they were passing, jubilating. Official, not just any kind of people, official. We expected people to announce better. So they are causing a lot of problems. They want to cause, they're very intimidating the ruling government. Because any other smart thing the president we add,
okay. Yeah, that's why they want to do it. But again, when the man retaliates, they just want to disturb. There was something Ellen enjoyed, and I'm coming to tell you that story. Hello, how are you doing? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah?
I'm good. Uh, I'm Dixie calling from Accra, Ghana.
Okay.
And I would like to appreciate the freedom, family, teacher life, and that of my own senior brother, we share with, for the level of decency applied towards the Liberian people, as per what you learned over the past years. You know, teacher life, we the Liberian people will continue to be used. Let me just say, few of us will continue to be used. I've been following the social media from Liberia, and then we see a lot of people following someone who is reckless, who Liberia will continue to regret, or the Liberian people will continue to regret while voting that kind of man. You look at Yege real left, I can clearly say that Yege, the guns that they used during the war that they killed thousands of people, the sound are still giving in very early. What the essence of fooling the Liberian people? Now we are done with the election, and then we have no opposition. The only thing now we all are Liberians, let it force to be our country. So I didn't want to see people, coming or saying things, or the party when CDC, when the facts are there. And any Liberian have or who understand between the lines, we clearly see and we clearly know that the party, they are defeated. The sensible one that among them know that they have already defeated. So they won't be used by those people, go and cause damage towards their friends. Abraham, let me really tell you, the fact about people going on free or spoon event to see a lot of things, when people going there spoiling their time, listening to those people. Where in the world a man who stole millions of dollars from a well-sophisticated country, who have also been prosecuted, and then Liberian people still giving the kind of man credence to give them first-hand source of information. And you look at a man like Amara Kone, who used EU $13 million during the early regime and see the budget for sure. Who made the Liberian people spend over 400 and some more thousand right on the same broad street that they get their party headquarters, which of course it is fake as per his people. The people come here and tell you that they will be a own Babalu candidate that he won as senator. He never reported a result in 3 hours, but he reporting 60.23%.
That's the funny thing about it. Then they celebrating, they say over.
Yeah, saying that they are going 80% in whole country. Where they if you got money to pay pool washers, why are the 14,000 pool washers? So when Liberian people giving the people here, we will just be looking at them, and then it's just like they are just doing it for everyone now to be thinking about Liberians. They are too childish and forgetting to know that certain group of people, American, and they don't want to be childish. The thing that election and numbers that people decide. Yeah. We agree you protected your process. You brought everything, of course, a lot of damage. CDC forgo everything and went through the process. And you're defeated. Can't and congratulate the people. Why lying to the people again?
Okay.
So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have roughly 12 minutes to enter the room. As you are seeing it right there with you, we already posted from the National Elections Commission. The journalists are posted already, so we will be announcing and to you as we are about to join them. And let me tell you this as you are preparing yourself. Today's results are preliminary results. Again, It does not guarantee anyone's celebration. You saw it the last time it happened to Unity Party poll. When they announced the first day, they were jumping around celebrating. What happens? They started cutting off. In the end, now who celebrated? CDC. This is preliminary results. The percentages, you must be able to know it as well and know what's happening there. It's very important you know these things. It is very, very important you know these things. Whoever they announced today as being the one in the lead or so forth, it does not mean that you have won the election. You saw it the last time. I'm telling you again, I'm telling you people, you hear result, be quiet. That's why you never need to celebrate. Because if possible, on the last day, they're able to hold from so you see yourself, you off. So you don't want to create pressure for yourself. Don't create frustration for yourself. Don't create a depression for yourself. Be very calm. Be very, very, very calm. When they announce it, they get a result, say, oh yeah, the other point in the lead. Just leave it like that yet. Don't create problem for yourself. I'm helping all sides, oh. Whether from CDC, whether from Unity Party, I'm telling you to remain calm. This result they're about to announce is preliminary results. Whoever is up, that's it. It does not mean that that is what it is because they are the one that they're able to get today that what they were announced. And I'm understanding that she's giving a 4 days shot. I mean, today, tomorrow, day after, and the next day after. Tomorrow. So you got to know that. So this on today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's wait and remain calm. I'm telling you. So that you don't alert the UP people who are celebrating from the start, it ended up the other way for them. But in fact, they were celebrating, say, when they say, I don't know why they were celebrating you. The people that would say, the UP, the UP people, they fake. That's why I say, I don't follow them. They are very fake. The people who are celebrating and saying, oh, we've already finished winning one round. So let's agree that you didn't even win one round. What was the next thing you have expected? Was for you to win the overall election, right? Good. But the moment they announced the final result at second round, you people start celebrating straight. From one round, you don't even come to round one winner. You still celebrating. So what were you causing all the noise then for? What were you really causing all the noise then for? Now, the trick then there, you must be able to understand from them. They will tell you with all kind of numbers that our data room, we're telling all days, blah, blah, all those lies. Don't go into it. They know what they're into it for. And so on this die, and we can only link up the moment we see these people coming in. 9 more minutes, and we will be able to join them so that they can start to tell us what's happening. Hello, how are you doing?
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Good evening to good afternoon to our many listeners following your broadcast this afternoon. This is Ochuku Oboswa. Ochuku. Big brother, I call to appreciate you for the good work. And thanks to all citizens and supporters, sympathizers of the Coalition for Democratic Change.
So I can just hold you there because the lady has already entered and I just want for us to join her. I will get back to you, Ojuku, through your real lines.
know, Prince, most time on the TV, you can see my face. Yes. You can see my face. The microphone can be just like here.
Did she get signed? All right, so we are still here waiting for the National Elections Commission and to come up with the at least the neck boss is still preparing herself. So we can just get on, and the National Elections Commission will shortly come up with what it is. And refresh it, my man. All right, so as soon as we can get voice, and we can just link you up with what's unfolding there already at the National Elections Commission.
You first for what? Oh, you the first. And you second for what? I don't know who comes in. You won't be next after me? No, you can call them. Let me put it last. Where is Prince? I want to live with you now.
1 2 1 2. Good afternoon. The National Elections Commission, Republic of Liberia, Madam Chairperson, Madam Co-Chairperson, and members of the Board of Commissioners, our local and international partners, local and international observer groups, here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
Now who your body now? Mama get with me. Who your body now? Mañana pone. Who your body now? Maswas and photo. Who your body now? Oh no, Matu, gonna lose your phone. Oh no, you will not lose your phone. Oh no, Matu, gonna lose your.
And the retrieval of electoral materials, there were isolated cases of disturbances at some of the precincts, especially in Montserrat County. For example, at Sister Kathleen Maguire Catholic School Precinct in Electoral District Number 6, some citizens damaged one of the rented vehicles on grounds that it was not NEC vehicle and should not have taken electoral materials to voting centers. Similarly, in Electoral District Number 12, at the Chicken Soup Factory AGM School, another hired vehicle was prevented from retrieving electoral materials for the same reason. Also in Electoral District Number 2, at the MVTC precinct, an electoral supervisor was attacked and wounded. Thankfully, the LNP took the necessary actions to quell those incidents. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the tally process was officially launched on 15 November 2023 at the Ellen Johnson Solid Ministerial Complex for Montserrat County and the 17 ministerial areas outside of Montserrat. Party agents, as well as independent, local, regional, and international observers, were at the official tally launch today. The Commission notes that the official tally results from the magisterial offices are already being progressively transmitted to the NEC Data Center at the headquarters for collation. The following are the tally results of the presidential runoff election from the magisterial offices across the country to date. I will now read consolidated national presidential progressive tally reports to be followed by those reports from the counties. Of a total of 1,315 polling places, of a total of 5,890 polling places, constituting 22.33%. Walker Joseph N. UP. Votes obtained 193,041, constituting 50.71%. Weah George Money, CDC. Votes obtained 187,615, constituting 49.29%. Total valid votes 380,656, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes 5,420. Total votes 386,076. Those were the results from the National Presidential Progressive Tally Report Consolidated. I will now invite Commissioner Floyd Sayer to begin to read results from the counties.
Presidential report, consolidated progressive. Bapolu County, 42 polling places of the total of 134 polling places, constituting 31.34%. Worker Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 5,610, constituting 55.45%. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 4,507, constituting 44.55%. Total valid votes 10,117, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes 224. Total votes 10,341. Montserrat County, 557 polling places out of 2,008 polling places, constituting 27.74%. Worker Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 96,789, constituting 53%. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 85,821, constituting 47%. Total valid votes 182,610, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes 1,914. Total votes 184,524. Lofa County, 68 polling places out of 424 polling places reporting, constituting 16.04%. Worker Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 12,835, constituting 67.56%. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 6,162, constituting 32.44%. Total valid votes 18,997, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes 342. Total votes 19,339.
Thank you, Commissioner Sayer. I now invite Commissioner Basili Okwangba to continue the reading from the counties.
Progressive Tally Report, Consolidated President and Vice President County, Maryland County. 43 polling places of the total of 175 polling places, 24.57%. Worker Joseph N. UP, vote obtained 2,630, constituting 21.73%. We are George Mann, CDC, vote obtained 9,475, 9,475, 78.27%. Valid vote cast 12,105, 12,105, constituting 100%. Invalid vote 245, total votes 12350, 12,350. River G County, 29 polling places of a total of 98 polling places, 29.59%. Worker Joseph N. UP, vote obtained 2,094, 2,094, 26.62%. We are George Manning, CDC, vote obtained 5,772, 5,772, 73.38%. Valid vote 7,866, 7,866, constituting 100%. Invalid vote 136, 136. Total votes 8,002, 8,002. Grand Judah County, 65 polling places of the total of 163 polling places, 39.88%. Worker Joseph N. UP, vote obtained 1920, 1,920, 10.91%. We are George Manning CDC, vote obtained 156,681, 15,681, 89.09%. Valid votes 17601, 17,601, 100%. Invalid vote is 329,329. Total vote 17930, 17,930.
Thank you, Commissioner. I now invite Commissioner Awa to continue with the reading of the presidential results from the counties.
Good afternoon. Progressive Talent Report Consolidated for the President and Vice President, Wednesday, November 15, 2023. I will begin with Brown County. Of the total of 102 polling places, of the total of 555 polling places, constituting 18.38%. Candidates: Worker Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 12,204, constituting the valid votes of 45.90%. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 14,383, constituting the valid votes of 54.10%. Total valid votes 26,587. Total invalid votes 516. Total votes 27,103. We proceed to Nema County. Of the total of 127 polling places, constituting the total of 736 polling places, which constitute 17.26%. Candidates: Worker Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 25,360, constituting the valid votes of 74.82%. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 8,536, constituting the valid votes of 25.18%. Total valid votes 33,896. Total invalid votes 576. Total votes 34,472. Madam Chair, I do the submit.
Thank you, Commissioner Awa. I now invite Commissioner Gay to continue with the reading of presidential results from the counties.
Progressive Tally Report Consolidated, President and Vice President, County Grand Parcel, 14 polling places of total 405 polling places, percent 3.70. Candidates: Worker Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 784% of valid votes, 40.08. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 1,172, Percent of valid votes, 59.92. Total valid votes, 1,956. Percent of valid votes, 100%. Total invalid votes, 79. Total votes, 2,035. We proceed to Mangibi County. 82 polling places of total 441 polling places, percent 18.59. Candidates: Wakai Joseph N. UP, votes obtained 13,600. Percent of valid votes 57.39. We are George Manning, CDC, votes obtained 10,099. Percent of valid votes 42.61. Total valid votes 23,699. Percent of valid votes 100. Total invalid votes 354. Total valid votes 24,053. Madam Chair, that ends the reading of Grand Barrister and Mangibi County.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Gay. I now invite the co-chair, P.T. Reeves, to continue to read the results of the presidency from the counties.
Progressive tally report, consolidated, president and vice president. County, Bomi. 50 polling places of the total of 171 polling places, constituting 29.24%. Candidates: Waika Joseph N. UP. Vote obtained 8,071. Percent of valid vote 62.91%. We are George Manning, CDC. Vote obtained 4,759. Percent of valid vote 37.09. Total valid vote 12,830. Total invalid votes 127. Total votes 12,957, constituting 100%. County, Cape Mount. 41 polling places of the total of 213 polling places, constituting 19.25%. Candidates: Waika Joseph N. UP. Vote obtained 6,447, constituting 56.58%. We are George Manning, CDC. Vote obtained 4,948, constituting 43.42%. Total valid vote 11,395, constituting 100%. Total invalid vote 163. Total vote 11,558. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Co-Chair. I now invite Commissioner Boyka Dugley to continue to read the presidential results from the counties.
Progressive tally report. I apologize for my voice. I think I suffer from laryngitis. Progressive tally report, consolidated. Riverside County. 41 polling places out of a total of 105, constituting 39.05%. Wakai Joseph N. UP. Votes obtained 2,755, constituting 30.26%. We are George Manning, CDC. Votes obtained 6,349, constituting 69.74%. Total valid votes 9,000 104 constituting 100%. Total invalid votes, 199. Total votes, 9,303. That was for River Assess. Now we go to Sino County. 53 polling places out of a total of 152, constituting 34.87%. Boakai, Joseph N. UP, 1,942, constituting 16.33%. We are George Money, CDC, votes obtained 9,951, constituting 83.67%. Total valid votes 11,893, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes 216. Total votes 12,109. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you to the commissioners. Grand Crew County, and that's because the tally process began at 2:30 today. So starting tomorrow, we will read you the results from Grand Crew County. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson and members of the Board of Commissioners. So what we will do, we just have a queue here and you just walk up and ask your question, please.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. My name is Aisha Niba and I report for KMTV. Well, I'm concerned about the Montserrat County Tallying Center. As you may be aware, that facility is a combination of the Ministry of Labor and the Ministry of Transport. The Ministry of Labor and Gender. So looking at the level of security for the facility, since in fact you were at the SKD and that area was later invaded by some folks that you did mention during the October 10th. So how now is the process with the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex hosting other ministry and you there with your talents? And two, there's this.
Complete.
Okay. There is this issue that we actually observe on today. Unlike yesterday, two schools I visited, the Forum Meeting Christian Academy on the Oro, Smart Road specifically, and the King Grace School. They both are in fence. And then when we went there today to observe the results that were placed on the wall, we noticed that the fence were actually locked. So I don't know what's the arrangement between the National Elections Commission and those who owns the facility to allow people to actually review what was actually placed on the wall.
Let me answer your question by saying that these facilities are not owned by the Elections Commission. Some of them are private as well as some of them are government structures. And the National Elections Commission abides by some of their regulations. We were allowed to use the premises on elections day, which was the 14th of November. Today is the 15th. The owners of those properties have, gone back to using them the way that they have been. We have no control over this. The issue about moving from the SKD to the EJS ministerial complex, we do not own any of these facilities. These are public structures. We make arrangements with the management team to use them, and we pay to use them. For the SKD, you have international matches. We have to move out of there. So we made the arrangement with the ministerial complex management to use one of their halls to host the Montserrado County tallying process. The security is intact at that location. And if anybody thinks that they can bulldoze and just go in there, it's going to be difficult for you. I was there today, and I saw the formation there. At the same time, no staff is working, other than perhaps those who clean it. We are in there for about 3 days maximum. After that, staff will resume work. We have to give up something. Is that the opportunity cost, they call it? In order to get something. And what we're getting is the tallying process for Montserrado County so that we get those results and we read them to you. Next question.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. My name is Anthony Williams. I work for State Radio. Prior to these elections, there were several declarations and commitments that these political parties signed up to, and helping to prevent them from venturing into acts that could serve as recipe of chaos. We all have seen just yesterday after the elections, there were partisans of the ruling establishment in the streets jubilating, claiming victory. Just today, we witnessed something of such with a key political figure from the opposition bloc leading Liberians in the streets and claiming victory. I want to know the Commission stance on actions like this.
Firstly, let me say that if you are alluding to the signing of the Farmington River Declaration, this declaration is by commitment. In other words, political parties working with the NEC and different communities decided that it was appropriate to get their signatures to commit to a peaceful environment. We have seen some violations here and there across the country. We have condemned violence across the country. We have condemned the acts committed by some persons who probably may be partisans or are sympathetic towards these different parties that signed the Farmington River Declaration. Commitment. Now, if this commitment is breached, I'm sorry, we are doing the best we can. And it's not just us. It's the Liberian people who are trying their best to hold the political parties to continue to stand up against any form of violence or agitation that tend to put us backwards, in terms of where we are coming from a destabilized country for so many years. Everyone is looking for peace. And we all must do something to maintain that peace, including you, the media, especially in your reporting. When people get in the streets because they think they have won, many things happen. We don't have control over people getting in the street and causing things to happen that should not be. The best we can do and have done is to tell them that they should wait for the Elections Commission to announce the final results. You cannot just jump in the street and start saying to everybody that you have won. We just read few of the results. Did they show that anyone here has won anything? I'm asking you. Okay, so why should anyone be running in the streets? So all of us need to hold them accountable, especially if they're running in the street, end up to violating other people's space, then of course they should be held liable for their actions.
Hello, Madam Commissioner and your Board of Commissioners. My name is Luis Massaquoi, and I do report for FM and LIBERIA Public Radio. Man, issue have to do with maybe probably the same issue my colleague will raise up, and will be coming from different dimension. What is the Commission doing in terms of security measures to protect the votes of Liberians? In consideration, taking into consideration a lot of political institutions are, declaring themselves of winning the elections. You just mentioned that, and you listened to the first. You saw the issue of the CDC and the UP today. Thank you.
I don't know how to link what you've said, security, protection of the votes, and people running in the streets claiming that they have won. The votes have already been protected. We have conducted a process of integrity and credibility. We are at the point now of tallying, collation, and announcement of these very results. So my friend, I find it difficult. I don't know how to answer that question, to link people running in the streets and the security of the votes, because the votes have already been secured. And let me say this, and I don't mean any harm. When you ask your question, I want to see your face. I'm sorry. I want to speak to you. When you ask your question and you go behind the scene and doing something else, it throws me off. I'm sorry. Forgive me, but I just have to say it. So maybe we need some ground rules. When you ask your question, stay to the point and let me address it, and let us address it as much as possible. We agree on this, right? Next question, please.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. I'm Nelson Collet, and I report for the Spoon Network. I have two concerns. The first one has to do with an observation we had yesterday, visiting some of the centers. Majority of the pool washers or observers we spoke with, they raised this issue of the FRR that was given to them not being used at a particular point. According to them, from the morning hours up to about 2 p.m., there was a text message that circulated mandating that they should not use that FRR again. So they were basically—
Sorry, let me stop you there. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
When you say they, you're not talking about anybody else. You should please tell us who.
Okay. So initially, I started by saying the observers, political parties observers, they were the ones who raised that concern. And at some polling centers, it sparked tension. After some time, the tension was calmed. Is there any reason, legitimate reason why that message circulated? Because we understand that it came from the National Elections Commission. That's my first concern.
Let me answer you, please.
Okay.
Firstly, the National Elections Commission is by law to provide a copy of the FRR to political parties so they can see the numbers of registered Liberians who will be going to the polls. And correct me, there is nowhere in our law it says that political parties will print the FRR and they will take it to the polling place and use the FRR to identify voters before they are identified by the legitimate staff that are supposed to be running that process. Go ahead.
Just a follow-up to that. In the spirit of transparency and the credibility of the entire process, don't you think it was prudent enough to have those people also verifying, just as there was another copy before the net workers?
That is not in the law. I'm sorry.
Okay, so my
It is
second
not-
concern.
No, let me say it some more. It is not in the law for political parties to conduct the process, the voting process of the National Elections Commission. This is why the government, through budgetary appropriation, provided funding to pay electoral workers. And I would say those parties and the agents have crossed the line. They have crossed the line. We have done everything we can to be transparent in the process, but they are not going to usurp the functions of the National Election Commission. Those functions are mandated by law for the Elections Commission to do that. Not, and hold on, please, I need to say this. I personally observe party agents taking possession of voters' card and checking it in the FRR and marking things on pieces of paper. Now, is that the job? Is that the work they are supposed to be doing? Taking voters' card from them? I'm asking you, my friend, is that the job of party agents?
Okay, so if I'm to respond to that, if those party agents are not given the opportunity, if they don't have the opportunity to compare what they have with that of what the National Elections Commission workers have, then what then was the essence?
Is in the polling place the place that you're going to do comparison when it's not your job, my friend? It's not your job. In the polling place, there is no comparison. Please. In the polling place, there is no comparison being done by people who are unauthorized people between them and the authorized people. When you come with your voter's card, the law says, and the procedures say, hello, and the procedures say that you go to the next staff, you produce your card, they look at your data on your card, they go into the FRR and find you. When you are found, they give you the ballot, you go behind it. There is nowhere in the law that says party agents should do that kind of job. No. And this will not happen. This will not happen. And I'm stressing it because we received information that some persons, including some media people, were promoting that why was the NEC stopping the party agents from using the copies that they had of the FRR from being verified and the voters not being verified by party agents. Excuse me, is that your job? That is not their job. The job of the Elections Commission will be done by the Elections Commission. This will be corrected.
Okay, so let me move to my final concern. That's not the job of the party agent, and they were doing it. Did the verification take anything from the National Elections Commission? Did they undermine the process?
They took things from the National Elections Commission. You know why? Because it destabilized the process in there. You, a party agent, you come and tell a voter, come give me your card and let me check you on my FRR. Then you marking things. You know what that does? You are putting that voter at risk. Gone are the days where we stand up and you are being counted by your head. You stand behind somebody that were voting those days, hundreds of years ago. Because of the secrecy of the ballot and the protection of the voter, the crafters of this process decided that you go behind the screen, you're not going to tell anybody who you are voting for.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. Let me move to my next concern. I must say that my answer was not convincing enough, but let me move to my next concern. There was a text message that circulated from the National Elections Commission. There was a message that circulated, and I just want to read it shortly. It says, the same results that you saw at the polling places is the same result that will be tallied and announced by the NEC. Considering that radio stations...
Did you say it's the NEC that issued that?
It has...
Okay, now I have to check it. I'm asking.
Okay.
I need to respond to something that I know about.
Okay. So Considering that radio stations are visiting the different polling places and using these same results to announce unofficial results, can you assure the public, is there any reason for the public to equally trust what's coming from those radio stations, given that they're using the very tally results that you're talking about in this text message?
The National Elections Commission assures the Liberian public, all the observers and stakeholders, and we sit up here and we announce results, they are official, and that's the assurance we give.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Gamen Lomo. I work for the News Publishers Media Group. And I have these two concerns here. One had to do with the issue of this invalid votes. It still appear again. Was there any civic and voter education done during this run-up process? If yes, how many days? If no, why? And I have the other concern from LOFA. Was there any internal investigation done about that headquarter issue that were being alleged of carrying marked voter and paper in a ballot box? Was there any investigation? If yes, what were your findings into that investigation? Thank you.
I will begin by answering your last. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm from the old school. No, I will talk because you want me to talk. I'm from the old school. My father told me, peace be to his ashes, that when someone is addressing you, you make eye contact with that person. I don't know it any other way. So when I'm talking to somebody or somebody's talking to me, I'm not going to be giving them my back or my side. I want to look in that person's face and in their eyes. Besides, it is, and I don't mean to be, any other way. It's respectful when someone talks to you and you are talking to them by your whole body language, straight at you. So don't feel bad, young man. Yes, I know in time some of us will pick it up. You talk about whether there was an internal investigation of helicopter appearing in Lofa, and then what happened? They had neck what? You saw it yourself? Or it's alleged? So it's an allegation. It's an allegation. But let me say to you that the National Elections Commission has never used helicopter to convey its electoral materials on the 10th October and the 14th October. November. We've been using hired boats by way of the ocean and hired vehicles, including trucks, to carry our material to different locations where our magistrate's offices are. That other one there, than our own. The issue about invalid votes, and you question whether, in fact, whether CVE was done. We explained yesterday that, and even previously, we conducted CVE all throughout the 73 districts of the Republic of Liberia. CVE on all of these different rights issues and awareness raising about the process. You want to know how many days? For about 3 months or so. But let me tell you, my dear, civic and voter education, and I will continue to say it, is not something that you just get up and do. But when we do, we pay for it. And so the money that we have is the money that we use to pay for CVE. So if CVE was done for just 3 months or even less than that, that it won't be able based on the allotment that it gave us. So perhaps next time when we ask for millions of dollars, the press, including yourself, will advocate for the Elections Commission to have enough funding to be able to carry on these things. Secondly, we need to integrate electoral matters into the curriculum in school, including that CVE and awareness raising. We need to do that. Perhaps the press can start helping now to advocate for it so that it gets integrated in the curriculum. This is a sustainable way to help Liberians to be aware of the electoral process. Invalid votes is a thing that you and myself and all of us here, we need to address. You know why? Because we continuously are explaining some of the issues based on past survey that was done, where first thing you have the issue of literacy, illiteracy, if you want to put it that way. And even attitudes, even if you teach somebody or you show them, sometimes the attitude that they take to the ballot box is not comparable to that of what you have taught them, even through the CVE. So we need to work on ourselves too. We need to work on ourselves too, right? Okay. Next question.
Oh, thank you, Madam Commissioner. My name is AB-WHEON, and I report for Today Liberia Television. I have like 4 concerns about.
How many?
Okay. My first concerns has to do with.
Hold on. Some of your friends won't talk. So just talk 2. Then, if you think somebody else didn't talk, get any other 2.
Yes, these are all important things, so I just want to reflect it out.
Everything, yes, important, okay. Including you.
Okay. Thank you. My first concern has to do with how long will the NEC take to conclude all of the tally results, as we have only 2 candidates in this election. The second one has to do with yesterday there was some journalist that was manhandled by the Liberia National Security due to their reported duties. Have the National Elections Commission getting any concern about this issue?
Okay, let me answer you. You ask your 2 questions. Give the other 2 to somebody else.
The last one, just the last one.
That means that will be 3 now.
Yeah.
No, only 2. I'm the presiding officer. You talk about journalists being malhandled. We do not have that information. But what I can say to you, it would be important if you know who handled the journalists to work with them. I would not say John Brown did or this institution did, because I don't have it before me. We don't have this information before us. What I do know is that the police or the joint security has been working tirelessly to secure or to ensure law and order. Order, that the first one. And then 2, it is a good thing to identify yourself and listen to those who are managing the process as to what you can do and what you cannot or should not do. And sometimes this is where we fall short. Sometimes there are rules and regulations, and when we come, we decide it must be done our way. And I'm not suggesting that this is what happened. I'm just trying to explain to you, media people, you take responsibility for some things and work with those who you think might handle your friends to get them to the table, you'll talk about it and find some resolution, yeah? You say, how long is it going to take for us to announce the final results? We say again, the National Elections Commission by law has 15 days. Whether you have senatorial representative and a presidential, or whether you just have only 2 contestants in the just ended 14 November president runoff. We have 15 days. But I'm saying to you, we are working around the clock to make sure that not only do we remain within the 15 days, but as much as possible to reduce the time for the final result. So in the next few days, this time we've gone 22.33%. You can never tell tomorrow, perhaps we might reach 50%. So let's do it that way, yeah? Next question, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Gerald, coordinating director for Front Page Africa. On the record of the count, unlike past elections, the name of the counties were not mentioned, only Liberia. Why is it in the runoff? And secondly, in most places, especially the Pinsville belt, after the votes were being tallied and ballot boxes sealed, the NEC didn't pick up these boxes. It was very late, causing some of these observers and poll watchers to sleep, and also leading to some of your temporary staff and the observers to leave, leaving the boxes alone with the POs. How safe are these boxes with the PO 2 or 3 or not, given that during the first round, some of your workers were accused of electoral malpractice for which they are facing prosecution now?
So let me ask you, the POs that you talk about sleeping with the ballot boxes, were they accused of anything? Or did you see any malpractice?
How safe are these boxes with them, given that some of them were accused during the first round?
When you say that, then you're probably saying to me and the rest of us that those ballot boxes were insecure and it's possible that something happened there. I would say no, they were secured. And the issue here is that logistics were deployed to retrieve the materials. If it didn't get there in time, it's unfortunate, but we do everything we can to make sure that our electoral materials reach the magistrate's office and onto the headquarters here. The most important thing in all of that is the tamper evident envelope, which has been, which left. As soon as the counting finished, the tamper evident envelope that contains the original copy of the record of the count on its way. So if the T's were there that you probably saw, then maybe you really have concern, and I would really be concerned. But once that T is sealed with the original copy of the record of the count, it's gone. It's not left there for somebody to play with.
Yeah, then my other question. So the first one that has to do with on the record of the count, the name of the counties wasn't mentioned. The counts then bear the names of the counties. Why?
I do not have it in front of me. Any of my colleagues can speak to that. Please go ahead.
Usually for the presidency is the entire country. So it's difficult to have counties on the record of account. For the representative, it's easier because it's by district. So you can easily identify it. So a holistic, it's difficult to say what your estimates are per county as per the number of record account that should be assigned. So that's the reason why you have to write it in the box. And if you look at the first round for the presidency, you also see the same thing. So it's not changed. It's the same. In all other elections, it's still the same. It has not changed.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. We'll take the last 3 questions and we'll call it a day.
So what we will do, just ask one
questions
one
that are different from the ones then that you're being asked.
Just ask one question and the next 2 can ask.
My name is Moses Gazu from the BBC. I wanted to make a follow-up before I can ask my question. Yeah, it's a follow-up.
Your follow-up would be the question that you ask.
It has to do with the very FRR. So I want to know, Madam Commissioner, maybe some of your Board of Commissioners can be able to respond to them if the need arises. I'm building on to yesterday's question I asked. What are the intent for the political parties to have the FRR? And what are the responsibilities of the poll watchers from these political parties and observers? Maybe you could reiterate their roles and responsibilities, because you said there is nothing that is law that gave them the right to conduct the affairs of the elections like it's done. And my final question I wanted to ask.
You want to go there? That way you put the question on that last part. You sure you want to go there?
Probably because,
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, the question that has to ask is, prior to you conducting elections yesterday, the night before the elections day, there were tensions about deployment. I know in District 8, there were tensions that a private vehicle was conveying elections materials that your political affairs officer had to go to rescue because citizens went haywire. Did you make informed publication to the public that the NEC does not have its own vehicles? In fact, we are using rented vehicles to convey and collect voting materials.
Okay, I think the first two questions, if you picked it up, you probably want to answer. Your last question. I don't know how to answer it.
Maybe yes.
Yeah, probably maybe I need to say yes. But you know, the NEC cannot procure 300 vehicles to use on elections day, and then after elections day, these 300 vehicles remain in the commission. Maybe some of them. It would be a waste of money, I'm sorry to say. The commission from time immemorial hires vehicles, puts stickers on them, we put staff in there for deployment and retrieval. I was shocked to know that persons who were above 18 and probably had voted in a previous election claim not to know that the Elections Commission hires vehicles from vendors to convey our materials to the various polling places. The good thing was our staff was there to help to enlighten some of those who raised the contention and issue citizens arrest of the vehicle. The police was on time, and after some time of agitation, they were solved. So I don't remember your other question. The FRR, the lawsuit gave the FRR, which we put on pen drives to the, okay, yes, you explain it. If there's no law, then there's something there in the practice, there's something there that tells us to provide that information.
Based on the fact that the issue of the FFR came about again in 2017, and it was an issue that was raised by political parties, and it went before Chamber of Justice, the full bench of the Supreme Court. So in the spirit of due diligence to ensure that people are acquainted with that which has been cleared, where deduplication takes place, where you ensure that it is free of any kind of irregularity, you gave it to the parties. So at that time, it is given prior to, if there are issues that you have to raise, you raise before them. But not going into the election process itself in terms of usurpation of the function of the NEC. It is given to you as a party to look at it and see that if anything is irregular, you can raise before time, not at the time where you are proceeding with the actual process.
Okay, thank you. There's more information and better information than the one that I just gave you from the commissioner who actually works with this thing. So Commissioner Basilio Pangma will say something, and Commissioner Dukle will put it in the proper perspective. So I take back what I told you.
So thank you for the question. Let me say to you that the issue of giving political party the final registration rule was a practice that we introduced in our procedure. Law was supposed to publish the final registration rule to the polling center 24 hours before election day. So when we gave you the final registration rule, we expect you to go and compare that final registration rule with the one we have already pasted up, and you will know whether people who are to vote in our polling place is the same number of persons that you have on your final registration roll that you have printed, that have been given by us. So that's the transparency and the credibility aspect of that whole final registration roll. But it's not for you to use it and say, when somebody come and say, bring your card, let me check it on my own. Once you compare the one we gave you with the one that is pasted on the wall, the consistency and the credibility aspect of it is there. So that's why we gave the final registration roll. But it's a practice that we decided to do, because we want you to know that if we say there are 510 persons in the polling place, what you have as a final registration roll for that polling place is 510, and it's the same one that we have pasted on the wall. Thank you.
Commissioner Dukley, you want to say something? So I'm still learning too. I need to go back to school on this.
Again, my voice, please excuse me. You know, in the elections law, there is actually a place in the elections law that requires NEC to post the elections, the FRR. But you know where that is? At the magisterial area for public view. This is the place where we are told to publish the FRR. There isn't any other place in the law that you can say, not even the Supreme Court opinion in the information file in Bill of Information. So I thought you would be talking about why didn't you put it at the magisterial office, because that's the only place that the law says we should put it for public view. However, in 2017, as it was explained, we said, well, it would be better because there were a lot of concern about the FRR. So we said, well, let people see it. Let them, because it was our attempt to just help and tell people that this is what we have. Then the Supreme Court said, well, look, put it on the walls at every center. And when you have it, you can go and check it and see if we have the same names, the same number. But I know lawyers have told you the same, but no, there's in the law.
Okay. Thank you very much, commissioners, for stepping in to provide clarity to the question. So we take the last one, please.
Honorable Commissioners and the head of the Commissioner, my name is Manuel Gabriel. I report for Cool 91.9. My concern has to do with the temporary workers that were being hired by NEC, and our informers informed us that $5 was given to the temporary workers for feeding. But what we also established in our investigation is that the head of those individuals was cutting over the money in our simple Liberian English. They were giving them $500 Liberian, and they instructed them to sign for $925 Liberian. Is that in the law of the commissioners? It's my concern.
If that information that you are giving us is not the instruction, the information you're providing now is not the instruction. The instruction there was, and still remains, that temporary staff on elections day are giving meal, and that ticket is $5, some 950 Liberian dollars, which folks can buy two meals. If you look at it, 450 here, which can buy 2 meals. Yeah, yes. But I will say to you, if this is happening, are you one of the temporary staff? Okay. But if this is happening, then perhaps those who bear the brunt, we need to encourage them to bring it to the concern of the institution and not to accept it, sign if this is actually true, and then they ask you to come talk on their behalf. You understand what I'm saying? We need to encourage them who bear the brunt of the problem, if there is a problem, to come forward. There's the field coordination section here. The magistrates are there, and you have us here. So if that is an issue, then temporary staff need to come forward and say who is doing this to them. All right, thanks for the information. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow at 4:30.
Thank you very much. Members of the press, thank you very much. We have some literatures on the door there. If you want them, you can pick them up while you're going, please.
Yeah, our friend.
Please make way in the aisle for the members of the Board of Commissioners to leave. Please, please, can we make way, please? Please.
Nobody plays more music. Absolutely nobody.
From Central Monrovia to your stereo. This is Freedom FM.
Mix by Mix.
The only independent voice of Liberia. No allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9. Your best choice.
When your radio sounds better, it's gotta be Freedom 87.9 FM.
Demain, je m'en vais en France. Ça n'a qu'à rester entre nous. Pardon, faut pas dire à quelqu'un. Sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Allez, sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Sous-sois arrive à la maison. Il appelle sa femme. Chérie Coco. Donne-moi ton oreille. Et mes Freddy s'en va en France. Ça n'a qu'à rester entre nous. Pardon, faut pas dire à quelqu'un. Sous-sois-lengue. Sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Allez, sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. La femme de sous-sois allait au marché. Sur la route, elle passe sa camarade. As-tu appris la nouvelle, oh? Ici, je t'ai pas dit quelque chose. Et mes Freddy s'en va en France, oh. Ça n'a qu'à rester entre nous. Pardon, faut pas dire à quelqu'un. Sous-sois-lengue. Sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Allez, sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Allez, sous-sois-lengue, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. La camarade de la femme des sous-sois, oh. Elle a son tour, arrive à la maison. Elle habitait dans une cour commune, oh. Sous-sois-lengue. Elle réunit toute la cour. Je vous ai pas le jour du voyage, chez Freddy, c'est sous toi qui allais l'attendre. Il arrive à l'aéroport, à sa grande surprise, tout le quartier est présent. Là, il devait à des gens, il voulait se cacher pour fuir. Et puis comme ça, tout soit la pendule. Voilà Freddy est dans des problèmes. Parmi ses créanciers, il y avait le marabout du quartier. Elle a dit tout, ya. Il dit à Freddy, il dit, c'est moi qui vais tromper. Même si tu vois tout le quartier, les moutons se promènent ensemble. Mais ils n'ont pas les mêmes prix. C'est moi là qui tout ya. Aujourd'hui pour moi va sortir. Sinon c'est pas en France qui va partir. C'est France qui m'a venu tout trouver. Freddy se retourne vers Sous-Soiré. La maman t'a tiré, tu as trompé. C'est ton papa chauve que tu as trompé. Arengue, Sous-Soiré, quand j'avais un peu l'après-midi soir, on était ensemble à la rue Princesse, au milieu maquillot, à salle pour payer les vidéos. L'argent est fini, en tout a changé de côté. Paris Bana, elle a changé de côté. Nangere, nangere, wa, nangere, nangere, wa, nangere, nangere, wa, nangere, nangere, wa. Dieu merci pour moi, je savais chanter un peu. J'ai fait ma cassette, on me voit à la télé. Matin, midi, soir, c'est moi, je chante à la radio. En tout à vu ça, tu le cas où à percer. Attends, je vais partir le couper. Mais on dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou. C'est deuxième gaou qui est Nyatao. On dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou. C'est deuxième gaou qui est Nyatao. Dimanche matin et coco, on frappe à ma porte. À ma grande surprise, c'est la go en touche voix. Assemblage dit